what's up? How you doing? I'm pretty good. Ready for this. Don't worry, Robin, I'm not late. No crying and throwing up for you. Alright, turning down. Does this work as background? Can you still kind of hear it? Tickling your buds. What up? How we doing? Why would you ever even assume that I would be late, Robin? That sounds like you don't trust me. I don't. How's it going? I am ready. I'm ready. I'm so ready. Also, Winter's
Hello, everyone.
Whitestone. We're on episode 36. Yes. For a second, I thought I had the wrong episode pulled up, but we're good. I think. Hopefully. Let me get John's time codes. Booming music. Is it still booming? Hopefully not. Hopefully not still booming. Oh, wait. Okay, I don't know. We're on episode 36, right? I'm not absolutely losing my mind, I hope. But I believe we are. John, I'm looking for the time codes for 36, and I don't actually know if I have them. Oh, wait, no, you literally, you literally said, oh, it's more important for me to give you C1. Yeah. Okay, sick. No, we got him. We're chilling. They are bolded. Yes, I scrolled directly past the bolding. But since we're starting on time, I'll just mute for 45 minutes. No! I actually think this takeaway is going to be relatively quick. Not still. Okay, sick. What up? Wire, John, Daniel, Groinhead, Ed, Mustang, Lexi. I don't recognize a couple of these people. What's up, people? How you doing? Hey, do we want to let ads run on Twitch regular or as a mod? I can pause it 3 times. Yeah, I just feel free to use your discretion, Mustang. I'm honestly not going to worry too much about Twitch ads. The more I looked into it, the more I am just going to have them. Otherwise, you'll get shitty pre-rolls. But the actual, details of, when they run, I'm not going to take too active of an involvement in. So feel free to use your discretion if you want, or just let them run when they do. Primary presence will still be on YouTube. Mostly because I can't make the Twitch ad experience better, unfortunately. Episode 36 of Campaign 2. Oh, really? That's the next in the chronological order? That's crazy. It's crazy that they jumped around like that. That's kind of wild. What's up? So excited to watch C2 Ep 36. Yo, Baronessa. Won't be here all stream because of DM obligations. Woo, fancy. I just got to GM again for the first time in a while. Felt good. I had to actually break this out, and it was a good session. I'm still not... There's still things that I want to do better. I'm actually not very good at using clocks, which is weird because they're one of the things that I really love about this system, but I don't feel like I'm very good at using them. But it was good to be back in the GM seat. Lexi, brand new, and now you're binging all my content? Well, what's up? Welcome. Thank you very much for joining. I appreciate having you. Welcome. Excited to actually catch a live. The lives are where it's at. The VODs are good. You know, I'm a VOD frog. But you know, it's for my actual stream. I think the VODs are where they're at, or the streams are where they're at. Oh really? You're not good with those? Shut the fuck up, Rebecca. No, you guys know too much. This isn't fair. My players also pointed out something to me that I didn't realize. They were like, because, you know, we were talking about, you know, the session after stream, talking about how it went. And, you know, one of the players kind of asked me about, you know, one of my strategies. And I was like, oh, yeah, you know, this wasn't intended. And they were like, yeah, you know, we realized, you know, whenever you want us to move along, you introduce a bomb into the situation. And I was like, huh? And I thought back to all of the previous sessions that we've had, and it's kind of true. Bombs are sort of my go-to in BitD when I want to present a secret danger that they weren't aware of going into it. It's like, oh no, you guys, you're breaking into the secret vault, you open up the box, uh-oh, there's a bomb, what are you gonna do? And once they said it, it couldn't be unsaid. I was like, oh no. And they're like, yeah, like, it's fun. It's like, it's fine. Like, you know, it adds challenge. Like, you do the bombs well, but it is, it does seem like kind of your go-to. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. What up, Cherry? What up, Cherry? We're also on Twitch. We are also on Twitch. We are, and I think I also figured out the Twitch issues of, things like going down, like the stream like resetting every hour. I think I fixed that because it was a bitrate issue, and I think I have a bitrate that now both YouTube and Twitch both like. So hopefully it continues to go well. But yeah, Twitch is giving me the thumbs up on bitrate, so I think that's good. Hopefully. The CR cycle. Binge all the content, run out, find more CR content to binge. Someone just left a comment on a video that was like, I'm getting ready for my yearly CR1 watch through. So happy that you're doing this. It'll be I think they said unique to watch through it with someone else. The CR life cycle. Using clocks confirmed. Young people don't know how to tell time. Oh no, the phones have ruined us. Oh no. Megan Timer's a love story. Time management, no! Why is everyone, they all know too much. They all know too much. Hopefully you don't use bombs in real life. I've never seen a bomb. I've seen a lot of weapons in my, actually, I guess I've seen a decommissioned bomb. I've never seen a bomb with an active payload. How about that? They know your secrets. They know too much. Imagine a mad bomber being completely surprised that their go-to chaos agent is a bomb. Yeah, what? Well, it's funny. We were thinking about it. The only score where I didn't use a bomb, the players used grenades. And I was like, there's been a bomb in every score so far. Telling time in cursive? Oh, I'm terrible at cursive. Terrible. Who fucking writes in person anymore? Ugh. Just found your channel last week. Excited to finally catch a stream? I'm excited to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Megan Timers may have falling outs at times, but they still love each other. It's so true. You know, we fight, but it's always friendly. Back in my day, clocks had hands, and you asked to spin them backwards when daylight savings ended. I write in cursive mostly. Oh no, I have terrible handwriting. Absolutely horrific. And I've always had bad handwriting. I don't even think it's like an age thing. I have worse handwriting than most of my peers. I should have been a lawyer or something. Or no, not a lawyer. Doctor. Doctors are the ones with bad handwriting. Anyways, all right. Takeaways from last session. Takeaways in general, I was a little disappointed, but I think that, you know, overall last episode, because like, episode denonement in general, like parts 1 and 2. I think a lot of my disappointment was not in actually how it ran, but it was that I think that Matt built it up really expertly beforehand, and then the payoff was more what I would have expected out of someone who had built it up less well, if that makes sense. Like, his build-up was, like, I felt like really good, like, almost, like, masterful. And then the actual payoff, when it came down to brass tacks, I thought was, fairly middling. Like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't, like, anything to write home about. And I think, the more I think about it, the more I think we're seeing some meta issues. I think it's production. I think it's, Ashley Johnson's scheduling availability. It's, the any requirements from GNS. Like, because a lot of it was like, man, someone pointed out in the comments, and I want to point this out. Someone pointed out something where that really convinced me of like, oh, I think that Matt had more planned for denonement, or just like that, general area. I don't remember if I liked it or not. Oh no. I'm getting to the point where it's actually somewhat difficult to search through comments. Oh no. It was by a regular, wasn't CR Calcs. There was the pugilist. Oh, there it is. It was Fanlair. Let me pull it up, because they pointed out something that I had ton of options. Oh, that's me. That I had totally missed, that really got me to think, like, okay, there was more planned that hit the cutting room floor at some point. So, oh, why is it showing that screen? Okay, well, I gotta change that for actual stream. 1 second. This is Slobs. Hello. Let's hide that guy, show that guy. What? Why is... Wait. What is happening? There we go. So Fanlair pointed out at 38:15, when the party was tracking the Briarwoods in the tunnel in the ziggurat, Matt had described 7 sets of footprints walking together in the same time frame. This implied that the Briarwoods would have had 5 bodyguards, but I guess not. They couldn't have been dismissed, as we didn't see any prints double back that we know of. Potentially sacrifices, but I think, to me, this really hits the nail on the head that there was something meta going on. I think there also might have been a possibility that Matt planned on having a bigger battle, like along the steps of the ziggurat, kind of like I had pointed out, but I'm wondering if they ever do like test streamings to see, like, will this piece of terrain work? Will this map work? And I'm wondering if Matt brainchilded it differently, and then they actually got into, like, the streaming setup, and they're like, oh, there's not, like, a good way to display this to the audience. Like, this is, like, too big, it's too confusing, especially for Ashley Johnson. Like, she's already gonna have trouble tracking everything. I think we need to scale it down a little bit. So that's kind of my overall takeaway, which is a good reminder that no matter what we see on here, whether it's like good or bad, there's always the lens of like this being an entertainment product. And although I think that Matt eschews a lot of decisions that would make it a better entertainment product, like, if we compare it to like D20, like, I think that there are a lot of things that Matt does to keep it more of like a real game, keep that sort of tone, rather than like this produced entertainment product. I think at some point there are some things that hit the cutting room floor just because it won't look good in the environment. But that's not necessarily like a, aw shucks, no takeaway for our home games. That is something to remember for your home games, is think about your environment, and sometimes things won't make sense. Like, we've talked about the difference between theater of the mind play versus more abstracted whiteboard play versus terrain play. Like, these are all very distinct styles, and your physical space that you are playing in and the requirements of that space, like for CR, it needs to be stream sort of cohesive. Those can have an impact on like the types of things that you can have in your game and even the types of stories you can tell in your game. So it's definitely something to consider and think about overall. When you with you on bad handwriting. Yeah. I find that I am better to be able creative when writing by hand. I get that. I really I like when I was in college, I had a tablet with a stylus that I wrote on. So I hand wrote notes. I just did it in like OneNote with a stylus, and I found that I was much more able to like keep track of things and like feel productive when I was handwriting things, even in a digital format. So I really get that. I really absolutely get that. I have extremely clean handwriting, but cursive is absolutely useless. Yeah, fair enough. Denouement. Mo. Matt was too good at narrative setup for his own good. A bit. I mean, honestly. What up, cheeky monkey? Denouement is pronounced denouement. Ooh, poor me. There's so much engagement, so hard to find comments. Shut up, Robin. Shut up. But also, yeah. I remember a lot of CR and Mercer stuff, but most of it is character narrative, not actual fights. Yeah, that's fair. Which is cool. I think that's a cool to see that sort of stuff on the rewatch. Yeah, Ashley couldn't even see the map. Exactly. So if they'd done like this big, more chaotic, large scene, it would have been even harder for her to engage with that, like as a player. So I very much understand Matt's perspective there. You know, maybe he had originally planned on this being, you know, maybe a bit more, I don't know exactly how to say it, maybe a slightly a bit more, oh wait, I have to check something, sorry, that'll be... Okay, -6, -7. Cool. Sorry, I just forgot that I didn't redo the macros between streams. -700, -700. Cool. But yeah, I think there's a very big aspect to. I know that we talked last time about like, oh, you know, he didn't plan on Ashley being there, and she's really good as a character class against the enemies he had set up. And I think that there is some amount of truth to that, but I think more the way that she impacted the session more was likely not being in person. I think that might have actually really contributed to that. I have horrendous handwriting, but my hands hate holding pencils, so it's to be expected. That's fair. I really I have very fidgety hands. So I just do this a lot, but my hands like holding pencils. They just don't like writing with them. Are you finished? Stop spamming caps. Oh no, Baronessa, what did you do? I didn't even get a chance. Oh wait, deleted Baronessa's message. What did you do? How? Oh no. Nightbot is a hard ass, dude. I think that I lifted a lot of the restrictions for Nightbot on the YouTube side, and I forgot to undo a lot of those restrictions on the Twitch side. Nightbot got out the Billy Club. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll try to remember to lift some of those restrictions, because Nightbot starts out like by default very restrictive. I can't undo Nightbot deleting of comments. I know, me neither. So yeah, I need to lift those restrictions. I've always found the fights hard to pay attention to. I mean, I think it is one of the unfortunate weaknesses of the fight or of the show not being as produced, especially in like C1, where like I don't really think they're used to like the camera angles and the scene setups, and like I have a feeling that a lot of that will get better as the show goes on and as they get like more control over like camera placement and scene layout and more experience as well. But also the fact that like it is live, it is hyper like lightly edited. I think sort of leads to fights which are already the long boring part of D&D, or I don't want to say they are the long boring part of D&D, but they are certainly the lengthiest part of D&D, and I think they are one of the harder things to keep consistently interesting, especially when you compare it to the really, I would say, high-class roleplay that you experience with these with these players and with this DM who are trained actors. I mean, you know, let's disregard that it's a voice actor. They're trained actors. And so I think that you are going to generally find their roleplay a lot more engaging. Like, it's not like we have fucking strategic generals out here, like, making these combats where every single movement is a fucking crazy thing. Like, you know, this fight was them standing around hitting Smokey. So, I think that is just sort of part of CR. Even if the fights aren't bad, they may be pale compared to the roleplay. Played D&D last night. Looks like my group might fight some trolls next month. Ooh, trolls. Hopefully, I don't know if your characters know about the fire thing, but if they have a chance to research ahead of time, it might not be bad to find out some weaknesses. Thinking about it now, there are only moments of fights I remember, and even then, only a few. Yeah. My fingers bend in the wrong direction. Oh yeah, that would make that more difficult. Fair enough. Good evening, Ryan. How you doing? Ads are about to happen. If you subscribe, you will not see ads during stream. Ads help Megaphone Man keep streaming. Stick around and support Mega. Thanks, Mustang. I also, with the ads specifically on Twitch, if I give you less ads, like I can choose to give, I'll say this. This is the minimum amount of ads I can give to not have pre-rolls, and pre-rolls suck because I have no control over them. So if I gave you any less ads than I'm giving, and I can't even turn off ads. I really wish I could because the ads do not make that much. Like they do make some, but honestly, for the streaming experience, I would prefer to just turn off the ads. But even if I do that, the pre-roll is still going to be there. And part of, you know, the Twitch is trying to build the audience, trying to get more mini phones, and I know that pre-rolls really suck for that. So that is part of the reason. It also does really help support me watching them. So yeah. Like Mustang said, I just wanted to give more context because I looked into a lot of the ad stuff. And over the last 2 streams, I've made about $1 off of ads. And you know, if the audience grows, that could be more, so it could be significant. Cannot wait to hear your thoughts on the fight scenes in the show in comparison, whether in reaction or review. I am sure that they are better in the show. like not even to like put too fine a point on it. I think they are probably better in the show. Because the show isn't going to have the rolling of dice. It's not going to have people debating on like what they're going to do. It's not going to have people like looking through their abilities. Like part of the thing that makes combat interesting is the decision making in D&D. But that is boring to watch. Or it can be boring to watch. So if you can cut out the time spent making decisions, looking through rules, looking through abilities, I have a feeling that all of the fights will just look better. Even the boring fight like Smokey, I think will just look awesome in the show because it's just them like fighting a giant smoke monster. Like that could just be very visually interesting, especially when you can cut down the amount of time it takes. Kind of regardless of, it can be visually interesting even if it's not strategically interesting. So now just imagine the hoops they jumped through with the pandemic mid-C2. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Exactly, it's a role-playing game, not a wargaming table. And I mean, D&D is both. Like D&D is not a pure role-playing game, right? It is a tabletop role-playing game, and like D&D specifically has wargaming roots. It is a mixture of the two. But CR's table is definitely more on the role-playing side than the wargaming side. And I think because it's not pre-produced, it doesn't have these really tight production timelines where, like, you know, there's, like, these minis that we have to use in these episodes, like Dimension 20. I think that you're seeing... I would hazard a guess that Brennan Lee Mulligan probably puts more time into each individual fight than Matt does, because I think that every individual piece of a D20 show probably gets more time, just like on the whole. So I think that's sort of part of it as well. Wait a second. Perfunctionist? Thank you so much. I appreciate the membership. I hope you liked the little jar explosion that you got. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm still not really used to like what I should say, but I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, speaking of, I actually think I can send... Wait. Oh, can I not send gifteds? I might be able to send gifteds on the actual stream. Wait, pause. Because I think it's the beginning of the month, so I think I have my my free gifteds already. Or not already, but I think I have them. Let's see. Welcome. Have a wait. Lockdown era was ironically an improvement. The mics were so clear and the added cameras were very helpful. I can imagine. I can imagine. Have a project to work on, catch up on the VOD, have a good stream. I will slow down. Thank you very much. I really liked that setup, Mr. Moneybags. Look, I'm trying. The month, so I think I have my... I'm trying to make it work. Let's see. Membership gifting. I do have my free gifteds. Everyone gets a free gifted. Not everyone, 5 people. Whee! Welcome. I am sorry that you did not get an opportunity to be part of that Perfunctionist. But hopefully we're going to give more. Whee! Gift 5. Yay! Gifteds. What's up? I like that YouTube gives you 5 free gifteds a month. It's really cool. What up? Huzzah! Oh, man. I know a streamer that has his ads on a timer and pauses what he's doing while they run and answer other questions during that time. He also avoids pre-rolls because that can be stream killers. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I'll have to figure out... So, like, I'm assuming that he has a timer that will tell him when the ad comes up. Because Twitch told me, they're like, yeah, we'll tell you when the ad comes up. And then I have not at least been able to see it easily. So maybe I'll set like a little timer like on my stream deck or something, so that, yeah, I can pause the content. That's a good idea. Deadly. It sure led to some fun shenanigans with them being unable to whisper to one another, lol. There's some other things about this streaming format that hurt the game. Not being at the table, Matt is unable to stand up, for example. Yeah, true. There's quite a few things that are just restrictions on what the game can even be. It's not always clear, but there are times Matt definitely pushes narrative over everything else. I've never skipped story or RP moments, but definitely skipped more than one battle. Yeah. Which I think that's what they focus on. Hope y'all are doing well. Oh, wait. Oh, does memberships fuck up the multi-stream? Huh, that's weird. It comes up when they're 5 minutes away. Odd. I'll have to try to watch out for that Mustang. So then, how's it hanging? It's good. It's good, Colvin. So then, true D&D to RL, real life fight 2 hours D&D combat is 15 to 20 seconds. Yeah, exactly. And I think that is why, like, no matter what, the show fights are just gonna look better because you can make them look cooler. Like, you can make it to where everyone's, like, weaving in and out of each other's turns. Like, it'll just, like, feel better overall. I think Mulligan's players are more battle-oriented as well. He has a lot of different players, so I'm sure that some of them are. But it is certainly possible. Of course, they only do 20-episode seasons max, so they have to be clear in hitting those narrative arcs. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm hitting on, John, yeah. And they have to Rick Perry creating those battle arena weeks ahead of time, precisely. So it's like they are putting much more emphasis and weight on every single thing because, like you said, it's, 20-episode seasons, whereas CR has 100 plus 200 episode seasons, where, you can get these much, I think, deeper and more complex narratives, but each fight isn't going to get nearly the same amount of attention. So it's way more on rails, but Brandon is great at camouflaging the rails. Yeah, and I think, like, I've talked about this with CR and with D20, to my understanding at least, that, and I see it with CR to a less degree, because I watched, like, I think 3 or 4 episodes of Fantasy High, and, like, it was very clear with Fantasy High, it was like Brennan put something in front of him, and all of his players were chomping at the bit. Like, he put a thing there, and they were like, yeah, we'll interact with it. Huh. And so I think that is, like, one of the things is Brennan is really good at hiding it, and it seems like his players are very good at not ignoring the rails, which I think that the CR players are also good at not ignoring the rails. They're generally good at, like, going where it's supposed to be, but maybe they're a little bit less concerned about, like, the pacing. 6 seconds per round for D&D, so it depends. Yeah, true. What's up? No regrets. Let's keep the train rolling. That's all I got on the train, but thank you for starting the train. Truly one of the brilliances of Brennan is how good he is at hiding the rails. Yeah, fair enough. CR character RP is long-form storytelling. D20 is entertainment, watching cozy gamers at the table. Yeah, I can see that. I suspect that Mercer was having problems with balancing combat at this point in C1. Well, yeah, he's also moving to a new system. So I could very much see, especially for someone who, it seems like, he says, like, I don't fudge the dice rolls or whatever. If you really are, like, really concerned about not fudging dice rolls, almost all of your combats are going to probably wind up being on the weaker side, compared to, like, and probably on, I don't want to say the less interesting side, but on the more basic side, so that is easier for you to control as a DM. When you make something super chaotic and dynamic, that it very quickly can get away from you in, like, what is the intended balance here. Like, even with that map that I was talking about last stream of, like, the blizzard with the people across the way and the potential, like, collapse the thing, like, that, the intended balance of that can so easily get out of hand for you as a DM. And at a table where, you have people making, like, fan art and shit of Grog and Keyleth and etc. Like, them going down in a combat is maybe a risk you're less willing to take when it is now an entertainment product. I know that Matt can get deadly and that people do die over the course of CR, but I have a feeling that he is much more intentional about when he's taking that risk. Like, then maybe Brennan or just like an at-home DM might be. Because it is not just killing a player, it is kind of killing IP. So the way in which you kill IP has to be purposeful when you're, a fucking stream producer. You know what I'm saying? So I have a feeling that because of that, he would probably want more controllable combats compared to other stuff. Nothing has gone over 200 yet. 115 for C1, 141 for C2, C3 is at 83. I see. Okay. The Emily Axford experience is a challenge in and of itself for any GM. Rating in the rest of that table is a masterclass of multi-classing. I am excited to watch D20 at some point. Like, when I'm full-time, I would really like to do, like, Critical Role, like, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then, like, D20, like, Tuesday, Thursday, or something like that. I think that'd be really fun. I'm really excited to watch D20 at some point. Oh, no! I'm sorry, Albie. Well, have a good night. I think the shortest episode of Calamity was just over 4 hours. I think all of Calamity was just over 22. Ah, fair enough. C3 is good so far. I mean, I think all of Critical Role is good. At least from what I've heard. No, fair enough. But yeah, I think, you're more talking about the battles, but yeah. And there's also a degree of, like, Matt becoming more and more of an expert on D&D, more and more of an expert on streaming D&D. Like, I think Matt is the single most knowledgeable person when it comes to portraying D&D to an audience. I'm sure that, like, Brennan and Abria are up there, but when it comes to, like, what will work in a D&D session to an audience, I think he is probably the single most knowledgeable person on Earth. I would guess. Maybe Travis, since he's the CEO right now, but I would hazard a guess that it's Matt. So yeah, I when it comes to that especially, we're still in the times when he's still figuring it out. But that is something that I have to keep in mind with my analysis of, like, he's seeing the numbers, he's seeing the chats, he's seeing the tweets. Like, he knows better what the audience will like and what his players will like. Like, I can think about it from a home table perspective, but he's the expert on, like, what's going to work on Critical Role. You need to be able to monetize that PK. That PK. That PK? I don't know, PK. I need to be able to monetize everything. I need basically the final monetization goal / deadline, or not deadline, but milestone is 1,000 on YouTube, which we're getting there quick. We are getting there very quick, and I think, oh my god, I can announce, it's not even a leak, streaming with Ryan Immel on Thursday. New stream concept that I'm testing out. I don't even have, like, a good name for it yet. I want it to eventually become a regular series, but I cannot add a regular series right now, so this is more of, like, a beta test stream. But essentially, like, a dungeon crafting podcast asterisk, where we are going to be making a dungeon together live on stream. So yeah, I think that'll be cool. But anyways, I don't remember where I got off with that, or why I said that. But yeah, because I think, more interaction with other creators, we'll get that number higher, but, party kill. PK is player kill. I mean, kinda, Perfunctionist. A little bit. Like, if you're watching a TV show and one of the main characters gets killed off in a dumbass way, like, when you kill Ned Stark fucking 5 episodes in, spoiler if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, when you kill Ned Stark, you can't do it flippantly. It has to mean shit. So, like, Ned Stark's death really meant a lot, and D&D is a game where death can happen around every corner. So you have to be really conscious of that as a DM, especially if you're not a wibbly wobbly behind the screen DM like me. You have to be really conscious of that when you're designing, and that will infect your design choices in a lot of ways. Yeah, bonus Thursday. It's going to be good. And if any of you are a fan of Ryan, you will also be able to see his perspective, because he'll be streaming it at the same time. But with that, I think we can get into it. And damn it, I don't remember who it was, but someone was like, 45 minutes later, Daniel got scarily close to calling it, even though I was like, yeah, this'll be great. Like, it'll be so fast, Daniel. You don't know what you're talking about. And here we are. Do you mean dungeon as in a typical dungeon or dungeon as in a session? A typical dungeon. So my plan right now is that we will build it in 3 parts. So I will give us some sort of square footage budget, and we will build a part. We will try to put it together, and then we will we will basically do it in like 3 stages where we each like put together as we go. So it'll be sort of like Exquisite Corpse Dungeon. But I'm gonna have like a theme for it, I think. I'm not quite sure what the theme will be yet. But I think I'm gonna have like a theme overall, and then a theme for each section and a square footage budget for each session, and we'll try to smash it together as we go. But yeah. But it's Sean Bean. You can't kill Sean Bean. That's why it was such a surprise. Random deaths are a lot easier to handle when not streamed live to an audience. Yeah, exactly. And even even if we talk about like from a production standpoint, even if Brennan is, allowing characters to die mid campaign and like they just die and that's it, no spoilers, whatever. Because it is post-produced, or because it is pre-produced before the actual video goes out, they can cut the beginning stuff to narratively weigh more on the fact that character might die. Something that CR cannot do. So Dimension 20 even has the benefit of that production and editing process to make the death feel less random or feel less out of nowhere. Even if you looked at the raw footage, it would have felt exactly the same as maybe a CR death. So Matt has to be a lot more cautious about that and a lot more in general. Because that's just one of the, I don't want to say the weaknesses of the format that he chose, but it's one of the consequences, certainly, of the format. For a sec, I thought you were streaming HOTS. Dude, I would love to stream HOTS. I haven't played HOTS in a minute. That'd be so much fun. The stream is practically already over. You're so right. Out of curiosity, have you been spoiled on further C1 details or even C2 details since you've been watching CR on YouTube? Like suggested videos in YouTube possibly spoiling things? Interestingly, no. I think it is because I have a theory. I have a theory that YouTube must use cookies. So I think that they actually store some of your watching habits. But because I watch CR exclusively in Firefox, and I watch all of my other content other places, I feel like I don't get a lot of CR stuff recommended. I also have like really trained myself to immediately look away. And I think that YouTube has also learned that of like, I don't click on CR in recommended. I don't click on CR in the homepage. I go to this singular playlist every single time, and I have it on a macro where it just loads up this playlist so I don't see anything else, and then I look at that. The closest thing that I've gotten is, I think I know Travis's C3 character's name. I think it's Chutney or something. It sounded like an herb. And he looked short. I saw a short about it. That's like Travis playing Chutney or something is too crazy. And it was, I think, a small race, and it had this weird hat on. and it had like a weird beard and like a dagger. Definitely no one say anything, but like that, I think that is probably the closest I have gotten to getting spoiled on anything is that, and I think that's a C3 character, but I'm also not certain. So that's as close as it's gotten. YouTube also like will occasionally recommend me CR shorts or like shorts with the CR cast. And I just generally don't click on them. So that's the closest it's gotten. And I also have seen some thumbnails from people like Mike. So like I saw a Mike thumbnail that was something around the lines of like how to like say no to a quest line, and it had like Grog in the thumbnail. And so I was like, okay, like I think at somewhere down the line, Grog's gonna say no to a quest line. So those are the sorts of things where like I've gotten like the minorest of spoilers. And so there might be some things where it starts happening and I'm like, oh, this is what that thumbnail was talking about. But I haven't seen anything in enough detail to, I think, impact most of my ideas. That I've never been good at dungeon design personally, but my dad played old D&D where they were more common, so he's really good. Whenever I go to his house, we play dungeon with me and my brothers. That's dope. That's very, very cool. My dad did not play TTRPGs. He didn't do that nerd shit. But yeah, so that's I love dungeon design, and I think it'll be cool in like a chill environment where like most of it is probably gonna be like us talking and just shooting the shit while also like doing dungeon design in the background. Megaphone Man has defeated the Matrix. God, if only. I'm feeding it by being on these websites. Like you fucking Alphabet is basically a Hydra. No one say, hold the line. That was a fever dream. Could have been. Is the hold the line a Battlestar Galactica reference? I think hold the line is oh no, anything! I just realized Daniel's pet. It's a Toto reference, of course. It's a Toto? Africa Toto? I have no idea what's going on there. I'm so mad. Yeah, so I will say if it comes to me like predicting C3 characters, I think I will have gotten that Travis character spoiled somewhat. I mean, I still don't know like what class it was. And especially if I'm right about my C2 prediction of him being a rogue, then I wouldn't assume that it, you know what? Before I get anything else, let me try to predict Travis's C3 character without having seen his C2 performance at all. I'm going to assume that I'm right about C2, that he's an inquisitive rogue. So he played Grog, and then he played an inquisitive rogue I'll call, oh, not Sherlock. We'll call it Groglock. So he plays Grog, and then he plays Groglock. And and then in C3, if he is a short dude, I think a small race, with a weird mutton choppy beard and an odd hat, I am predicting, I think he is a gnome artificer, because C3 is well after Artificer came out. I think he is a gnome artificer, because gnomes give intelligence, that failed out of wizard school, or maybe was like a wizard school dropout, or maybe he's like an NTR, or NTS, he's like a non-traditional student, where like, he was like a oh god, what? Because I have a picture in the mind. So like I have like a picture of what the thing looked like. So I'm thinking he was like a fisherman or something, and then he maybe found like an inherent knack for magic all of a sudden, And so he's non-traditional student. He went to wizarding school, but he specifically fucked a lot with bots. But I'm thinking that Travis is still Travis, so he went Battlesmith to be able to use intelligence for battle, combining his two characters. Combining the Grog battle with the Groglock intelligence wisdom shit. I think he puts them together for Chutney, if that is his real name. So that's my theory. That is my I have predicted Travis Willingham throughout the ages. I could not even begin to predict the others because I have nothing to work off of. Especially, I would have to assume that all of my other predictions are correct about them, and I don't think I can probably get there. I don't know why he was holding I think he was holding a dagger in the photo, but maybe it was like a butcher's knife, or maybe he wasn't holding anything. Maybe he was just like, whoo. But yeah, I don't know. Does do how he it. Same band, but the song Hold the Line. Oh, I would never known that. Everyone's here for it. To be fair, I'm on episode 11 of C3 and I still don't know what class he is. Lol. Hell yeah. Just joining in, are we doing future character guesses again? Only one, because it was very slightly spoiled to me by the YouTube algorithm. So I'm trying to get my prediction out of the way before I am potentially spoiled further. I'm not doing any of the other characters because I have not been spoiled on any of them. How does he do it, man? Every time. The accuracy. Is that how you say artificer? Artificer? Look, I'm pretty sure it's artificer, but I think artificer sounds cooler. 92.342% accurate. Let's go. I don't know. Who am I? Who is he? I don't know. It's not the way. It's not in the way John Forsyth banned me. Dun dun dun. How does he do it? Can't wait for you to get to C2 now. Let's go. I started with C2, so I get so many C1 spoilers on my first watch of it. I've been successfully avoiding it pretty well. But that's also because I think I don't really go on any social media. Like, YouTube is my only social media. So, I don't see, Facebook posts or Instagram posts. The closest I get is the shorts thumbnails. Who needs spoilers when you can perfectly predict the entire campaign? He's in there. He's in. Biting my tongue and holding the line. Let's go. I love it. I say the I pronounced as an I. Artificer? I don't think that's what you meant, but that's how I'm reading that. Artificer. It's actually artificer. Oh, artificer. Okay, sure. C2 is so much fun. No campaign has made me laugh and cry so much. Let's fucking go. Mega just butchered your joke, as always. Sometimes jokes require more than a second of looking at it. And that is not a second I can give. Artificer. Yeah, that's how I pronounce it. Yeah, like that, fan layer. But artificer. Artifighter. Dude, maybe C3 character is an artifighter. That's dope. Damn, I missed the first hour. Mercer's welcoming us. Oh, okay, cool. Late. No, I'm saying, come on. Don't do me like that. Don't call out the real of it. That's not fair of you guys to do. I started with CR2 and was so frustrated with the inside jokes I went and watched CR1 first. That's why I don't want to watch Candela. Because I don't think that Candela will actually have C1 spoilers, but I think it'll have a lot of inside jokes, so I don't want to watch it. He really it. Oh no, yeah, I don't know. I see another joke that I'm just butchering. Artificer? If he was a fisher, oh, I don't know if dude, maybe I'm just biting Travis's shit, but now I do want to build the Artificer. That's so sick. Artificery? It is like Artificery. But I want to build an artificer that was a fisherman beforehand and uses a magic fishing pole that's a whip. Paige is humoring me so hard. Oh my god. Talk about the name of the wind? Dude, you wanna host a concurrent book club?
Dude, if we did book club and you did name of the wind, I would talk about it for 10 hours.
Look, we could have concurrent book clubs if I went full time. Artif build things, true. There's outside actors, so I don't think they have inside jokes necessarily. Yeah, that's fair. But it's one of the reasons I'm at least nervous about it. It is sort of a non-issue because I definitely don't have time for it. But when I do acquire time for it, it'll be more of an actual issue. So we'll see. With that, boop. Name of the Wind. Oh, Paige loves the Name of the Wind. I've read Name of the Wind and Wise Man's Sphere once each, and like very long ago. But she can't get enough. It's close to 6-3. Let's get it. Let's get it started.
Also, the most recent comic went live for our Winter's Crest Festival.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. Yes.
Grog pranking.
Grog pranking.
Grog pranking.
Everybody loves
It's a
grog
flight of
pranking.
fancy. It did not happen in our game.
It didn't.
It should have, but it didn't. No.
Yeah. It's art imitating life.
We had to fluff it up a bit. There was some fluffing.
Or fluff.
I do love it when you fluff.
Just massage it.
We try and fluff, especially for you. We had to fluff.
Sure.
And 2 fluffers for that.
3.
I fold
Try
it pressure.
But yeah, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. And plays into our Winter's Crest Festival this evening. That one took place a year ago in game, technically. 2 years. I guess, in game.
2 years.
No, it was a year because it was the original, and then all the events that transpired after there was the Makeup Winter's Festival. You don't know what we're talking about, but you may soon.
Dude, I dude everyone, Daniel. Dude is I literally had to ask someone the other day, like, are you cool with me calling you dude? Because in my brain, dude is a gender neutral term, but I understand that it is not in some people's brains. So I did have to actually clarify that with someone the other day, because I wanted to make sure that it was chill. But yeah, I'll dude Paige all the time. Paige is a dude. I'm a dude. Bruh. We also bruh each other. Bruh.
Like you.
Which, speaking of which, we have a little gift for you guys at the break today. We're gonna have an extended midway break.
To me, dude is great. I think dude is good, but I do recognize that in some circles and to some people, it is a masculine leaning term. But I like dude. I like folks. I call folks. I just wanted to transition for the Discord plug. Damn. Daniel's out here playing 9D chess that I just don't understand. I read all of Daniel's comments and he's a master tactician. Absolutely just making it work, and I don't get it. Someone who learned a lot of my English in California, Dude sounds like such a gender-neutral word. I mean, yeah, that's how it is to me, but I definitely don't restrict dude by gender unless it offends someone, which, and that's why I wanted to clarify with them, is because it definitely could, but most of the people I interact with also see it gender neutrally. I'm dude, she's dude, we're all dudes. I use folks. I like folks a lot. It has a very like non-aggressive tone. Like if you say like people, I feel like sometimes that can, in certain context, meh. But folks, I feel like folks is never aggressive. So I like it.
Break because we have a gift that
Depends
we
on
all
where
put together for you, and I think you'll enjoy.
It's cool.
It's so exciting.
Look forward to that.
So no peeing today. Sorry. No pee breaks.
It's like Star Wars. Just hold it until it's over.
Or like me, just put in a catheter beforehand. Works out really well. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Thanks for the support, guys. I guess, and Wormwood Gaming. Liam, if you want to grab that real fast.
Yeah, Wormwood Gaming, they make gorgeous, beautiful gaming boxes. They make lovely Christmas presents, and if you use the code CRITROLL.
Oh, wait. Wormwood's not paying me. Get the fuck out of here, Wormwood ad. Although, you know what? If they make a little bit of extra money off of that, yeah. If Wormwood is still sponsoring, oh wait, no, there was Wormwood shit, right? There was Wormwood shit, so I don't think they sponsor CR anymore. So yeah, fuck Wormwood. But they could. That's true. Wormwood, if you want, I would look into you first because I don't know shit about you. I am speaking of potential sponsors. I'm not starting the process of this yet, but I know the ways in which I start this process. So, I have not done it yet. I want to get the K behind the number. Because I think that to a sponsor, the difference between 950 and 1,000 is very significant. So I'm going to wait to start the process until I get the K, until I get the 1K, and then I'm gonna. But I know how to do it. Not saying that they would accept me or anything, but if they did. So everyone needs to subscribe. You know what? I fucking hate doing it, but I don't care if you like, I don't care if you comment, but hit that subscribe button. I don't care if you're a dead subscriber. Subscribe and never watch. Get us to that 1K. And then I think money will be higher. Get the frig out of here, Wormwood. World Anvil or bust. I agree. But anyways, that is all. I don't know why. I think I sponsored this. I paused it to fast forward, but
All right.
this is where he starts the recap. He ends the recap at 11:30. We will finally get it started.
It's very
It was
expensive.
an intervention, Percy.
Had to be done.
Upon returning to the city of Whitestone, they found the rebellion was successful. The undead hordes.
Actually, legitimately, I might get knocked for bots if you do that. So it's okay if you're a dead subscriber, but not if it looks botted. I think that YouTube reviews the channel. If they see that, they will not be cool with it. But thank you, Perfectionist. I know you probably weren't going to do that, but just in case. Don't lie, Mega. You get that K. You're going to leave us little folks behind for the big bucks. Dude, I have a feeling there will be absolutely nothing different about the content, except I will admit, once the K comes around, if you're a VOD frog, there will be ads on the YouTube video, because I know that YouTube ads pay all right. And I am not worried about selling out. I'm worried about selling my soul. Like, you're not going to catch me doing a mobile game ad because I hate playing games on my phone. But you'll catch me shilling for shit I like. That's why I want World Anvil so bad. I will shill all day long for something I fucking like. Subscribe and die, new catchphrase. I like that. Yeah, subscribe and deceased. Yeah. Incarnate, really like them. I have used Incarnate before. I do really like Incarnate. I would take an Incarnate sponsorship. Listen to me, I would take. Fucking me up on my high horse. I'd consider taking it, yeah. Yeah, whatever their offer is. Maybe we'll have to haggle a little bit. You'd hear him out. That's good. Paige would hear him out. My yeah. Well, my people will talk to their people. I'm the talent. I don't talk to Incarnate or whatever. That's for my people. Oh my god. Like the live stream too, so the algo boosts it. Hell yeah. Incarnate, my beloved, take my 30 quid. I don't give a shit. Cut to the raid Shadow Legends ad. Dude, Mega's future sellout. Yes, sir. It's gonna take until 11:30 to get through the recap. No. Okay, we're going. Ice-Space, did you watch the part in the beginning where Matt alludes to the pre-stream video they showed during intermission? Yes, the Winner's Crest thing. I did indeed. Yeah. maybe D&D Beyond for sponsorship. I will say, so in terms of the actual sponsors I'm looking at, the CR content policy seems to, it depends on how you read it. But to my reading, like, they say that, like, the video can be, like, you can generate, like, passive stuff off of it. So, like, if, like, YouTube shows ads on your video, that's super okay. But I actually talked to Super Geek Mike about it, and we were like, yeah, like, it seems like maybe, like, full-on ad reads are okay, but maybe they're not. So my desire is something like having, like, a big-ass logo, like, right there, like, sponsored by blah, blah, blah. So I wouldn't, like, have, like, an ad read or anything. I would just have, like, a big segment of my screen dedicated to the sponsor. So it probably wouldn't be, like, cutting to an ad break or anything. That would be what I would be going after, because I want to be hyper respectful of CR's content policy. And I am very confident that just, like, an on-screen element would be okay. I'm not as confident about if, like, a full-on ad read would be okay. So I have to, you know, take that I'll have to balance that. And I'll probably, you know, if I do get a sponsor, I'm sure that they will have, like, a legal team that will be able to understand that better than I. So, you know, maybe I'll work with them on that, but we'll see. Don't speak the name or you shall summon them. Maybe D&D Beyond for sponsorship. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know D&D Beyond can get a little alienating occasionally, but, you know, we'll just have to see. Paige is your manager now. Oh, yeah. Paige is, of course, my manager. 1,000%. Is this a 2-part episode or just super short? Every Monday and Wednesday is always going to be a 2-part episode, but the first half is only an hour and a half, first half. So it's a pretty short, it's going to be a pretty short episode overall. But it'll Monday and Wednesday will always be 2 parts, no matter what. No matter how short the actual episode is. And if we have extra time, we have extra time. Just tattoo their logo on your forehead? Bro, I've been wanting to get a tattoo, so I mean, fucking depends on how much they're paying me.
Have fallen to the blades of the surviving rally warriors of Whitestone. Keeper Yenin, who currently was the essentially leader of the rebellion while you guys were going into the castle, met with you. You guys were brought to the center of town where you began to see the rest of Whitestone emerge. The families, the children, the people that have been too scared to go outside finally came out to celebrate victory, the first real breath of...
Oh, as in the CR episode. No, this CR episode is just really short. The first half is an hour and a half. The second half is 38 minutes, according to John's lovely timestamps. So yeah, it's just a short ass episode.
Free air they've had in 5 years since the Briarwoods took the city. Some justice was doled to a few survivors of the Briarwoods regime, and you were asked to stay behind to help rebuild and prepare for the coming Winter's Crest Festival, of which you agreed. A few awkward moments and a few delightful bits of interpersonal comedy brought you guys to this point, and now we begin tonight's session of Critical Role. So, to start off, leading up to this Winter's Crest Festival, about a 2-week period, what would you guys like to individually do in this time to prepare for the festival?
We have 2 weeks?
Yeah, essentially, the 2-week period. We're doing a bit of time jump here, so if there's anything particular you want to do or attempt...
John, what a coincidence. That's the same way that I'm never wrong. We're both never wrong, asterisk.
in this time period, now's the time to do
I
so.
almost forgot there was a CR episode in the background. I had a fake personal assistant. He had his own email and everything. It was super helpful. Damn. That's kind of fucking hard, Pharaoh. I like that shit. That's really cool.
Before we get to the actual event.
I had a question.
Yes.
Could I go around lifting up like various wagons and maybe ponies and like working out to try and increase my strength? Or just randomly picking shit up and not having an excuse for it? That was good too.
I mean, the town's in tatters. You could just like be productive with picking things
Right.
up.
Oh, you know, I'll pick up a
Clean
hammer in
things.
the morning and
And you're helping to rebuild.
Yeah.
It's
Like Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in a brilliant holiday montage, as the cold weather finds its way into the Valley of Whitestone, Grog goes around aiding many of the groups repairing and reassembling the glory of Whitestone, finding the structures that are broken and destroyed and trying to clean them and prepare for new building properties. You come by, eagerly lifting,
Fuck yeah.
carrying, dropping, slamming, and holding in place extremely heavy pieces of stone and
Alright.
masonry. In some cases, kind of putting few of the local strongmen to shame, and some of the local ladies very blushworthy in your presence. You were very happy with your presence. Go ahead and make, Shagabit, go ahead and make 3 strength checks for me.
Oh shit.
Bro, me and Matt on the same fucking wavelength. I mean, this is very like Xanathar's Guide to Everything Downtime, where like you know, take a segment of time, like a week or something, and then you make a series of checks. Or sometimes only one check, and the DM maybe like rolls for complications. But like, this is great. Yeah, have him make an athletics check or a series of athletics checks. And honestly, so I like, normally, you guys know, I get on Matt for say like, oh, like roll less, and I always say I'm a low roll DM typically. But I really like him making Grog roll 3 times here, because the more that you make them roll, the more likely they are to succeed. Especially if they have like a really high proficiency in it, right? Like the more you roll, the more you get the average of the rolls towards that 10.5 value. And so if they have a really high skill proficiency in it, that makes them more likely to like succeed the thing as a whole. So I mean, in my mind, I was like, oh, is Matt gonna do this? Oh, he did it. Is he gonna do that? Oh, he's doing it. Like, just fucking big ups on that one. Noted environmental activist, Grog. The environment has both shapes and colors. You're so right. You're so true. And the environment has big things that he can lift. Famously big things, I would say. The environment, I would say notably, has bigger things than the not environment. So I would say that Grog's pretty much an environmental advocate. Yeah.
That's
Oh, that's a good one.
24.
Okay, second one.
That's a 22.
Nice.
Right,
Yeah.
Yep. 22. Wow.
24, 22, 22.
Through the process of these 2 weeks, not only have you managed to surprise the local denizens of the city with your feats of strength and masculine physique,
Yes.
as when Grog is building, Grog does so shirtless.
Doesn't need to
As anything. Might as well get a show out of it.
In doing so, one, some of the local denizens pull some cash to the side, and to thank you for your efforts, you find at the end of the week you're granted a small pouch which contains 315 gold pieces as a thanks to the locals for all the help, both in the rebellion, the freeing of Whitestone, and for your feats of magnificent musculature.
I don't feel like I should take this. It's
You should take it.
a lot of money.
You should take it.
How about you refill my cask of ale instead? And you give me 1 gold piece so Vex doesn't kill me.
The crowd look amongst themselves, and one of the lead architects for this whole endeavor kind of nods to you. Oh, sounds like a fair trade. If you're certain, sir.
Hey, I'm a very, very stringent businessman. Do hurry before I change my mind.
Gold piece in your hand faster than you have a chance to chip a tooth, but it's
I don't understand this practice. It tastes like shit. It tastes fucking horrible.
But two casks of their freshest ale rolled up to the base of your foot, and
Two?
2.
1 for each arm, eh? All right, the one that I have, I'm not stopping till it's completely empty. Bring your goblets and cups. It's time to get fucked up.
Fantastic. All right, Vex.
Well, I got the ring and the bracers that I need to get checked out and see what they are. The
And
mysterious
and
items.
the robe, the robe.
I have the
got
no,
the
I
robe.
threw it down though.
Oh,
you picked it up.
Yeah,
you picked it up.
I have
You
the
got
robe too.
Okay.
We left her naked. Yes, we did.
You kind of did actually.
Like property. Like property.
Like property. Yeah. So.
Okay. A few things here actually. So,
Oh, Vex, I made gold.
Oh wow.
And in the same way that I have, Grog make a few checks, I would maybe ask Vex how she's going about doing this. Is it through, investigation? Is it through talking to people? Maybe a persuasion check? Is it through, like, searching through the ruins? Like, get, like, the general action that she's doing to try and get these identified. And have her make a very similar sort of series of checks to Grog. And then we can kind of put this whole montage together at the end.
Thank you. That's amazing, Grog. Where did you find this piece of gold?
Oh, I got it for fixing a bunch of shit around town. Are you gonna taste it?
No, no, I'm not. It's already got a lot of drool on it, actually.
But how do you know if it's gold if you don't taste it?
Just gonna put it in with the rest of the gold, Grog.
I'm gonna pull one over on her one of these days. Can you make things look like that guy?
Don't you just get the info on short rest rules as written? I don't think so. For magic items? You have to, that's like why the spell Identify exists, is to, like, identify unknown magic items. I think maybe if you attune to it? I haven't honestly read the rules for attunement in a while because I generally know like the broad mechanics around it. If you attune to them, okay. So if you attune to them, and if they are attunable, because if they're not attunable, I don't think there's any way to just like load the knowledge into your head otherwise. Devious grog, devious. Oh, I was thinking of that. I see. But that runs the risk of it being cursed. So there is maybe a reason not to do that. Vex's favorite terrain is the pile of gold Scrooge McDuck dives into. Honestly, dude, that really is her favorite terrain. If you attune, you automatically learn identify it. Oh, okay. Yeah, the campaigns where I have played in, I have actually like basically ignored the concept of identify. Because by the time I started handing out magic items, the world had already slipped into being such high magic that I was like, you fucking know it's a flying broom. Like, guys, just, you know it's a magic broom, it's a broom of flying. What the fuck ever. So I sort of ignored that, especially in the last game that I ran. I think in earlier games, like my first campaign and my second, I think I was more into that. But it's sort of slipped my mind at this point. That's the fun part, though. It is definitely a fun part. It is certain, and honestly, for that campaign in particular, it probably would have been even more fun because it was like a thievery campaign where it's like them like stealing valuables and shit. It probably would have been really good for that campaign, but I did largely ignore it. It's not perfect. Definitely ain't a Vorpal broom, though. That's true. They can very easily tell that it's not a Vorpal broom.
Oh, I can actually.
You can?
Yes.
All right.
I've had my thought for the day. There's nothing else.
All right. When you have the punchline, let me know.
Get that standby TV symbol right now. That's all I got.
All right, so as you take some time, first off, I want you to go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh,
You good?
man, I gotta roll for this. I'm gonna roll one of my new dice.
Oh shit!
Well, it's for...
Wow.
She's a dice.
What does that sound?
It was exciting. 24.
24. Okay. So as you begin pulling out the items and begin kind of separating it before you do the initial inspection, as you're pulling the robe out, you find there's a slight poke. There's something thin
Feel a little
and
poke coming through. No.
Inappropriate.
I would do N3, but it's harder to read if I do it.
so how's that going to poke?
Oh.
But you kind of unravel part of the robe and you find there's a long, deep pocket on the inside of the robe, and inside there's a long, gnarled piece of kind of deep maroon wood that is carved into a wand shape.
Oh,
What kind
that's
of a
exciting.
As you take time, I'm trying to find the actual item card here. Found it. There we go.
Hey.
Found it.
Classic.
Yeah.
I want it.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
I want it.
Oh, did you find it? Did you find it in the
think
room?
I-
Are you even standing near me right now as I'm seeing this one?
Of course I am.
Are you?
I'm always with
How do you know I'm not doing it like in my room?
Are you?
Yes.
What you wearing right now?
Well, especially if you develop a reputation as a shiny goblin and a loot goblin and a dice goblin, and you also actually are that, I'm sure she gets sent dice all the time. Like, I'm sure that she gets like just shoved dice, like when she's out at meetups and everything. I'm sure she just has millions. Probably more like, because I'm trying to think how many dice are in a traditional set, like 9 or 8. So I mean, she easily has in the hundreds, I would bet. Maybe the thousands. I don't know how often they get sent to her, but 7.
Why am I in your room?
I know. Get out there, I'm naked.
Oh, I know. I came in here to tell you to ask you something. Where's my wand?
I've got to look at this a bit more before I give this to you because it is very, very good. It is a wand of fireballs, by the way, people. It has 7 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 or more of its charges to cast the fireball spell. DC of 15. 1 charge. You cast 3rd level version. There's so many words. I don't even understand what you're saying.
That's pretty good.
But it's a good one.
Fan art of this moment, please.
But also,
You recall actually, as you went over to the top of the initial battle with Lady Brightway, that was what she pulled out and managed to blast all of you with at once when you were on the top of the temple.
nice. I'm just gonna put this in my pocket.
You know, Percy could
remember
use
that
some.
shit, remember?
The robe.
Percy
I put
could
it
use
in my
some.
pocket of the outfit I'm about to put on.
I'm good.
And then the ring and the bracers.
Oh yeah, no problem, Logan. And I will say the more compilations are coming. I don't edit them, so and the absolute angel that does edits them for free. So I do not, I do not push him. But we have some strategies that hopefully will lead to the compilations coming out, I think, more and more regularly. And part of that is you guys getting involved. I do ask for highlights in the Discord, and the more highlights that are given, the easier it is for Eden, the faster they come out. But yeah, no problem, Logan. I want more. I want to get more caught up. But yeah, I'm glad it works for you. D4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20, 10. So 7. Okay, fair enough.
I'll get those right now. There you go.
Wait, bro, don't sit down.
This is why it's Christmas.
Where's my ring?
What's the ring do?
Oh my god. I found so many amazing things, you guys.
Binds you to a house with children.
I love these bracers.
Dude, no.
Those are mine. Those are mine. I found them.
God will believe whatever you say.
Thank you for being the only person who heard that. Thank you.
I'm reading them all. They're mine. Ring of lightning resistance. Who wants a ring of?
Sorry,
Wants a
what?
ring of lightning resistance?
Sure. Well,
Bracers of defense.
What's
Who
that?
needs extra defense?
What
You're
does that
really
mean?
weak. Your AC's super low, isn't it?
Tis.
Bracers
so you
defense
can have-
technically will only really benefit anybody who's not wearing armor.
Not wearing armor.
Correct. It's
Like
for,
Grog?
like monks or...
Or there you go.
Thank goodness, because he is a blushing
So what
flower.
you can do, you currently have a, I believe it's an amulet that helps your armor. We'll go through your AC, we'll find out it doesn't overlap with any other benefits, but
I do have the amulet of armor.
right, so basically that would replace that, and you would have now an amulet slot open for any sort of future enchanting stuff, so.
I'll take the amulet.
Dig it.
Is it just the amulet
You could give the amulet to
staff
somebody else if you want
He'll
to.
never give it to me.
What is it? So
I think
wait.
he was willing to do it until you gave him the idea to not
Yep.
do it.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
Can't remind me.
Okay, a robe of shielding shadows. Does this robe, can it be worn with armor? Or is it, oh man. It's just a robe, it's like her dress, basically, and it gives you resistance to piercing damage.
You know what you can
good.
do with that?
What?
You can sell
I
that
can
shit.
sell it,
Oh,
and
give
it's
it to
worth
me?
You have armor, dude.
Oh, okay.
It takes an armor
And it's a
slot.
woman's robe.
He doesn't
I
care
can,
about
I
that.
can make that work.
He'll pimp that.
Yeah, you totally could.
Can we take like the fabric and sew it into like a nice Afghan or something?
Maybe a
You can
nice,
certainly
a
try.
nice cloak.
It would probably ruin the enchantment.
Just destroy it.
Oh, it would ruin the enchantment in order to
Enchantment
sew
and
it
the line
differently?
really
Let's do
all
one.
can fall apart.
It's,
Really?
it's,
What if we don't cut into it? You know, we just like put a few.
What?
We
What if we
fold
just
it,
tie the
fold
dress
it
around
in
our
half.
neck?
And like just maybe put your arms through it, and then like wear it
Right.
behind you like a cape.
It's like one of those wear 9 different ways dresses.
Yeah.
you can wear it however you want,
I
and you
have
will
one.
discover one way or another if it actually gives an effect.
Well, I'm just gonna pocket this because we may sell it. How about that?
Oh, I'm so glad our lives aren't in danger.
And
right
then a ring of lightning resistance. Anybody want it? How many rings
I
can
actually-
we wear at one time?
Just
Two,
one.
one each hand.
I would
can't
not
wait.
say no to a ring of lightning resistance.
Pass that over to Percy.
Why do I feel like I'm in a shopping session right now? Why is that the feeling that is entering my bones at this point?
Plans, and at the moment, it's the only way to charge my gloves.
All right, and this wand
But
of
you know what?
fireball.
But you know what? I would rather this. I am so happy that Matt did not give this all to them like during the session. I am so glad that they are doing it now rather than like in the castle. So props on that. I would much rather a shopping session than have last session get interrupted. So I'm a poke fun at it, but thumbs up in general.
That's a good idea.
Give it a
I'll
shot.
take it.
I feel like Scanlan needs it more than
I
anybody
already have a
else.
wand that shoots things.
Yeah, but you
What, you
can
think
have
only
a
one can
different
use
wand
it?
of
Oh, the only one who can use it?
Yes.
Then I'll take it then.
I might
How
just sell
hard
this
could
rope
it
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Alright.
I know how you work.
Bling, bling.
Swish and flick. Fireball.
Swish and
What could possibly go wrong?
So what if a non-spellcaster uses a wand? Nothing, right?
no. Anybody can.
You can use this as
Should
a
we
back
try it?
scratcher.
No.
Yes, you should try it.
I have a walking crash test. I think we should try it. Pretty fine.
My favorite.
And then I'm gonna
Mindset.
mostly for the rest of the time keep to myself and trinket, and I'm gonna help the townspeople rebuild a bit. And
All right. Wonders. Max.
I'm also going to keep to myself, and I'm going to talk to the people in town, see what businesses are open or trying to open, see what they need. And I would like to talk to Percy, since I don't know anyone here, about who I could talk to about getting messages to Iman. And I would like to get a message to Gilmore to see if he can fill any need here, if trade is so ruined here that Gilmore could be a help. And Gilmore gets another front, another place to do business, and actually do good in a place.
Okay, Bro, I don't think that Liam was using that word on purpose, but with my magic item cartel theory that, like, I think Gilmore is running, Vax calling that a front is so funny. So crazy. It's like, yeah, let's get a front running in I almost said in Whiterun. They're about to do it in Westrun. Let's get another one up in Whitestone. Dude, maybe it was a Freudian slip. Maybe Liam just fucking knows what I know. He has had enough conversations with Gilmore after all. Perfectly legitimate. Oh, yeah, calling it a front is hilarious. I'm telling you. Or in this episode where he told the players you have 2 weeks before the Winter's Crest Carnival, think of errands your character would do type of episode. Oh, yeah, this is a great place to have this sort of tone of, like, giving them the magic items, giving Grog a little bit of extra gold. Like, this is, like, the big stuff has happened. Let's chill out. You know, let's chill out. Let's relax. You know, you got some time for errands. I think that this is good. This is good, like, overall pacing. I like that he saved it all for now. I think he meant front as in front line. Oh yeah, I also think so. It's just, I don't think that it is in any way related to my theory, but it's so funny. When I already think that Gilmore is just sponsoring them and schmoozing them up to expand his cartel influence, and it's like, oh, let's open a front. Storefront? Yeah, it could also be storefront. Like, front has a lot of terminology. It's just, like, also very much like a criminal thing.
Gilmore's Glorious Books.
Give us the ringleader.
I like it.
I'd say over bits of a period of discussion, for the most part, any sort of non-official courier service has been negated in the town. However, there is now a glut of people that are, you know, after the devastation, especially of the ensuing rebellion, folks that need work and need coin, and there are many individuals that would be more than willing to, you know, for a handful of gold coins, make the journey to Amon to deliver any messages you like.
Well, I will write a message to Gilly and ask for to say that they're hurting here. They need trade. They need all the supplies that he's able to supply, and tell him that this town is about to explode and is definitely a good place for his wares.
Great.
Are you gonna break up with him over the letter too? Are you gonna tell him that you're gonna break his heart as soon as he wants you back? Is that what's gonna happen? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at your letter as you're writing it.
No, because I've been avoiding her as well. I've been avoiding everybody except for Percival, who I've been asking advice for.
Okay. Did you also have the cloak? Did you take the cloak?
I have the cloak, yeah.
Yeah. So
dibs on that.
The fine pickings off the corpses of the 2 major villains in the previous arc.
One more corpse picking to do.
Exactly.
Do we?
Oh yeah.
All right.
What? You have so many cloaks, though. Why do you need another one?
He's opening a cloak factory.
Gilmore's Glorious Cloaks.
Cloak hoarding over here.
What did you get?
All right, Scanlan.
I'm multitasking.
I wanted to do 4 things.
Yeah.
1, I composed an epic poem to commemorate the rebels rising up against the Empire that had kept them down for so long.
no.
Sort of a force that had awakened. I call it Resident Evil. I don't know why. Because they're residents and there was evil. I couldn't come up with another name for it. They're residents of the town, and there was an evil.
Right, totally.
Yeah, that's all so I'm looking for a publisher.
Okay, good. There may be a grand opportunity at the Winter's Crest Festival to perform this. So
Disney and Capcom will be calling me.
I also wanted to make sure that we were using the treasury, coordinating with Percy to open a library for the people to help them rebuild their place, which sounds like Vax is already on. I also commissioned a portrait of myself. I don't know if I found a young artisan in town and I paid him some coin to paint me something that could possibly hang and keep Grayskull in the dining room.
okay, you do find after asking around for a few days, you managed to discover there is a budding local artist who doesn't really believe in his artwork. He currently works in the stables on the far southwest side of town. But people have seen some of his work and trying to bolster him. So you're sent in his direction. And as you get there, you can see him. He's currently in the process of actually cutting through one of his recent works he wasn't happy with, and he's kind of violently tearing through it. And as you step into the stable, he kind of stops and puts it off to the side. Sorry, sir, can I help you?
Hello, my name is Scanlan Shortwalt. I was the leader of the rebellion that just defeated Lord and Lady Briarwood.
Oh, well, the pleasure was mine. He was now averting his gaze and almost like bowing his head like a royalty. He seems very flustered and flushed by the sudden appearance.
I hear you are a budding artist, and I'm if nothing else, a supporter of the arts.
I have my talents are far unrefined and nowhere near powerful or decent enough for your intentions.
Well, I believe in you, and I need you for a very important commission. A great good has been done here by the rebels, by the townspeople, with the help of Vox Machina, and of course with the help of Vox Machina's leader, myself. And therefore, I'm here to commission a humble portrait of myself, You may not know him, but there was a folk hero in my town growing up. His name was Fabio. He would frequently pose with wind-blown hair and an open shirt on a horse. I was thinking something like that. And also I have this figure of Pike. She's a friend of mine. I'd like her on the back of the horse, arms around my waist, looking just super hot. That's possible.
Make a persuasion check. Only because he's so down on his own skills.
33.
As you're telling this tale, he goes from bashful and meek to staring off in the distance, the artistic inspiration kind of rolling through his head.
No. Oh, sorry. 31. I was wrong.
Unchanged. He begins finishing your sentences as you're describing scenery and extrapolating on it. You can see the artistic mind is definitely spinning. He looks to you as, it would be my honor. Please. And he reaches forward and kind of takes your gnomish hand, and you're about 2.5 feet shorter than him, but he's like still very humble. Kneels down and says,
I was looking to see if I could cover my face with the beret. In shame, I wanted to just be laid to rest. But it's over there, and I don't want to walk over and get it. So you will just have to deal with my normal face.
would be honored to do this portrait. No charge.
Please, I insist. I must give you something for your troubles.
Whatever you deem fit, Sir Gnome, but I,
What's your name, young sir?
Jameson.
Jameson.
I like him.
I like this guy.
Everybody does. Until they don't.
I will, how about in return,
yeah.
I will sing your praises far and wide as the greatest artist in, where are we? Whitestone. Briarstone. Heartwood.
In making that mention, his openness suddenly closes off and he withdraws. You see this fear in his eyes, and he kind of shakes his head, going, that would be untrue, and would. I'm but a simple stablehead. I can do this for you, but please.
What up, Alice Kent? This is probably one of the longer periods of silence because Scalen's gonna give him so much exposure. Oh man, I got nothing to say. It's just Sam Riegel knocking it out of something. I don't know what I don't know if he's knocking it out of the park or what he's up to, but what can I say? What can I say that has not already been said by the man himself? Mega is Sam, Sam is Mega. I don't want to say it because it'll give you guys too much ammo, but I could see one of my past characters doing something akin to this. N4 from Mega.
Keep this between us.
All right. I'm aware that some people like to be discreet about things, and that's all right with me too. Then I'll pay you the going rate for portraits of me.
Certainly. How large would you like it?
How big is the wall, Greystone?
It depends on which area. Like some of the ceilings go
On the
up.
dining room wall.
That's about
That's like Sistine Chapel.
yeah. Your dining area is probably about 12 to 15 feet high. The ceiling.
High? Okay. And wide?
A wide, I'd say, off the top of my head, somewhere between 40 to 50 feet.
Well, I'd like to leave room for other artwork as well. So we'll say 20 by 6.
20 by 6.
Well, it's half and half.
his eyes
20 wide, 6 high.
His eyes go wide and he kind of nods and says, "This is a challenge. But I believe I do know someone who I could order such a grand canvas from. This can be done. This can be done." And you see he smiles for a minute, kind of takes your hand once again.
Oh my
This can be
God.
done.
Thank you, sir. Jameson, was it?
Jameson, yes.
You have done a noble deed for your people and for the rebel forces.
Eclipsed by the deeds you have done, Sir Gnome.
Oh, that is true.
He rushes off to prepare himself.
And then one last thing.
Yes.
On a serious note, I do some research to see if me or anyone in my party could, over time and with great effort, learn the skills required to utilize a teleportation circle.
Okay, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Not great. Arcana? 11.
Yeah. What little you know of teleportation-based magics, which is not your forte in your bardic experiences, but what you've heard and what you've seen, so, while you're traveling with Tiberius and you've come across other individuals that use the arcane spells.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, he uses Dimension Door, like, kinda all the time. So, like, you know, I get what Matt's going after here is that, you know, maybe it doesn't make the most sense for the bard to know about this, but, like, specifically teleportation-based magic, he kind of does have some experience with. Numbers confuse me. No worries, no worries.
That, cause transport. Teleportation Circles himself is a very specific ritual. It is a spell that comes from within the Arcane Caster's capabilities. If you yourself don't have that, you're not going to be able to utilize it drop of a hat. You also, asking around, find that there was once a teleportation destination circle in Castle Whitestone that was part of the network of Taldore in Iman, but has since been destroyed and sundered and has been for quite some time. You imagine probably when the Briarwoods came, it was deemed a dangerous little loose thread. So over the period of the next week or so, best you ascertain is that type of transportation here is going to be probably not likely, at least not with the resources you have at your disposal. You may have to travel elsewhere.
It's not a skill I can learn.
It's a spell you could learn, but that would be something you have to swap out as you level up or you choose as your spell progression down the road.
I find it's better to travel the world rather than use fast travel.
I agree. You see so much more of it.
You miss everything.
Yeah.
It's all the artistic.
Little
Little
bits
nook and cranny,
yeah.
yeah.
But you do, as part of the group discussions throughout the weeks, discover that that Keyleth does have long transport capabilities.
Oh, hello, Keyleth.
Would like to
Fly the
explain?
friendly skies.
Want to explain what you can do?
I teleport via plants. So I can bamf through the sun tree. I can be like, hey.
We
let's-
can all?
We can all.
Through like a big plant.
It opens for 6 seconds. A
As
portal
long as
within.
we
For one round, I can be like, this tree is a portal, and we walk through the tree,
works.
and it goes to another tree, as long as I know of that tree's existence.
and it's the same size, right? It has to be something of the same size, or it can be.
It has
any
to be
tree.
like walkable
Yeah,
body size.
a large or larger tree as far as like the
trinket,
size.
trinket growth size trees.
That
It's
sounds
not-
like it would be the quickest.
I do not know this spell, but it sounds like a druid spell. Like off the top of my head, this sounds like something that druid would have. It maybe rings a bell when looking through some spells, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. That's a cool ass spell. That's very, very cool.
Route to go.
Just remember, is there a tree in your garden back at Graceville?
There is. I made sure that there was a nice
Big old fatty
big
tree.
old fatty oak tree, I think.
Way to go out on a limb there.
Old
Oh,
Big old
no.
fatty oak tree.
It's actually
No, perfectionist. No, I'm sorry.
there's 2 large trees, I believe, in the Sarenrae
Temple.
yeah.
In our
I
garden.
forgot to say what else I wanted to do.
What else do you want to do?
Well, because of that flying potion, I wanted to try to do some research and see if how much flying potions are, or if there's any kind of items that can make you fly whenever you want.
She liked it.
I really liked it.
First taste is free.
I know. I mean, I know the carpet's gone, but maybe there's like an individual sort of item that's less expensive than a flying carpet. I don't know. Just wondering.
Do you still have the flying potion?
I downed it.
Right, the card I gave you for it. Because that would contain a
Yes.
cost of that particular one,
5250.
You have a rogue.
Well, but I want a bunch of them though.
which you can have
some of that
made
shit
or possibly
as
look around and have purchased. This town is pretty thin as far as
the magic
yeah.
stuff?
Most of anything of worth of an arcane nature was confiscated and utilized, or essentially melted down for its residual components as part of the the creation of the ziggurat and preparation for the ritual. So, other than the items that you were given when you first arrived here, you're hard pressed to find anything in this town of that type. But asking around, there are enchantments that can gift flight, but they're pretty rare.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Gilmore will be the person to talk to about that. You good, Scanlan?
Oh, I'm good.
All right, Keyleth.
Well, Keyleth is very confused as to why everyone seems to be avoiding each other. It's odd. Everyone's so standoffish here lately. Anyway, Keyleth is going to go help the farmers and try and maybe help revitalize some of the land and help with planting crops
Okay.
and helping out there. She also wants to make sure that all the local kids are taken care of. If any kids lost their parents in the rebellion,
Okay.
kind of lead the charge on making sure kids are taken care of.
Okay.
These have.
Please have.
Yeah, no, going around, there were a number of casualties in the town as part of the rebellion. Unfortunately, it happens in warfare, regardless of how noble cause it may be. And there are a few families that were left fatherless and motherless, as there was quite a share of the sexes raising up for this battle. So the children that, no one that you know of lost both parents for the most part. There was the intent that if there were a parental unit, that at least one had to stay in case of such an occurrence to keep raising the children. Okay. But you go around and you meet with some of the families and make sure that they're taken care of. Some of the homes that were destroyed as part of the rebellion, you and Grog both work together to help make sure that the process of rebuilding and restricting goes well. You do also help the farmers begin to right their crops and revitalize the land, which had been drained by the necromantic essence of the Briarwood's presence, and whatever the ziggurat was, pulling from the land itself beneath seems to have released its hold on the immediate vicinity. So through your aid specifically, being a druid of your nature, you prepare this for probably one of the finest harvests that Whitestone's had in quite a long time. Even though it is deep winter, they're already seeing like early spring growth through your aid. And
Global
vegetable
warming, climate change.
I know, it's crazy.
Such a bitch.
But we're talking about vegetation and vegetables that are withstanding and still able to grow through the frost in the mornings. The cold weather is coming from the winter, so you're raising quite a strong crop. So well done.
Good job,
Be a
Hulu.
good Thanksgiving in about 9 months.
Nice.
There you go.
Food and orphans, man.
Food and orphans.
Personal.
Okay. I'm going to spend most of my
I'd like to point out this dimension door. Have you ever seen a non-dimensional door? I think that they have quite often, Daniel. They're those non-dimensional doors fucking get. Oh wait. Oh no. I misunderstood the joke. Oh no! You meant like a zero dimension door. I understand that. I took it in the direction of their greatest enemies doors. No, Perfunctionists, stop keeping a tally of all of the jokes I fuck up. I get it now after I thought about it a little bit more. Oh my god. Wait, why is it called Dimension Door? Because it goes through the dimension. I think. Got up in time for Keela to buy up all the mirrors in Whitestone, all of the broken mirrors. My man has to open up his third eye to see non-dimensional doors. Dude, there must be something that goes on with all the regular ass doors to keep them so contained.
My time organizing the affairs of the castle and the local government and making sure that there's institutions in place, getting rid of anybody who might still have sympathies towards the Briarwoods, helping reestablish the Zenith in the Ladies' Chamber, and spending some time with my sister.
On that note, before we continue, there is no current institution in place. Anyone of any political power outside of Archibald, you and Cassandra, has been slaughtered long past. So in these discussions, you talk with Keeper Yenin, you talk with Cassandra, and there is an air of an understanding that right now there is this period of peace, this period of calm, but there has to eventually be established and put in place some sort of political head to oversee the rebuilding of the city and the continued growth and survival of this town proper. Cassandra confides in you multiple times that she is nervous, that she, especially given recent circumstances and her kind of recovery of her Stockholm syndrome with the Briarwoods, is not confident that she would be able to lead on her own. There is a moment where she apologizes extensively to Archibald. Archibald, who did survive and was her direct contact in the castle, takes a few days before he'll even face Cassandra when he's told that she essentially had been leading him astray and, spearheading the death of the previous rebellion. And you also discovered the reason that the various new nobles that were prepared for your ambushes were because Cassandra had got information about that from Archibald and then fed it to the Briarwoods. But you do sense a very, very deep-seated regret and an urge to make amends for that from her, and because of that circumstance, she doesn't feel like the people of...
All right, Yenin's fine. It's all Cassandra.
Whitestone who would have this information, which you haven't told anyone. There is no large-scale announcement. The only people that know about Cassandra's current situation with the Briarwoods are you guys, Keeper Yenin, and Archibald.
Is Archibald still around?
He is.
And he betrayed us?
No. Cassandra betrayed him.
Cassandra played everybody.
All right, I'll let him live.
So.
Thank you, glorious leader. Thank you.
He's one of the team, guys.
So that is an ongoing discussion. As far as establishing the structure here, there's been many talks, but nothing's been fine-tuned, and that may play itself out as part of the festival. So,
I have 2 items that I would like to look at. Well, I have 3 items that I would like to look at. Silas's sword and his amulet.
Okay. The brooch they left behind.
Brooch!
Oh!
Travis has got you.
Really, Travis?
He's our...
The runner.
Is it runner?
Is it?
Oh, ho, 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 and all of that.
Is it?
Was it?
Damn.
Is it amazing?
Stand there like Guile before a street fight match.
He hasn't heard of that character. No.
What is it? What do you have?
I don't know. It's a piece of paper.
That's really cool.
It's pretty cool. It's basically, it's called a brooch of living essence, and it basically masks the wearer's alignment, essence, whether they're good or evil. They can't be seen by detect magic spells.
Ooh, that is the worst thing for you.
Not anymore.
Is it?
I'm unsure. It's hard to tell.
You gather that this item in particular was used by Silas to travel through, magically protected areas without giving up his undead essence or being read for his true intentions.
Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
for a shifty bastard.
Right.
It's
for
definitely a
It's
shifty
for
bastard
Scanlan.
thing.
Oh, me. My alignment's good.
Yeah, but it could be good if you want to pretend to be evil.
It was either this or Vax. This would be an interesting thing for you because
It doesn't protect you against detect magic spells, but it protects you against as detect good or evil spells and magic spells that reveal your true nature.
True nature.
It would be good for me.
So you can pretend to be bad.
So if we wanted to have him
What
pretend
do you have in your brooch?
My brooch.
It's in the next
Got
slot.
nothing.
next slot?
slot.
Oh, it's amazing.
Nothing.
Nothing in your next slot?
Did you take that?
That
amulet?
sounds so disgusting.
My next slot. I don't know, Percy. What have I got in my next slot?
You took the brooch and slowly
I think I
pressed
have
it into his
something
next
that
slot.
might
God. Huh.
The worst.
Don't turn that into any
Alright.
fanfiction, please.
Don't say that.
I know. Well, Percy, what else?
The sword.
The sword.
That is a big piece of paper.
That's for
That is a
rubber
big
pieces
piece for a sword.
Sort of.
probably
And
Sword of troll
Ripley's
dicks.
gun.
Okay, well, first, as you take the sword in your hands, the large, thick obsidian kind of onyx black blade, you take a while to not necessarily attune to it, but enough, put enough of your attention towards it where you sense its magical capabilities.
Oh.
As
Okay.
it begins to clarify,
Okay.
where one voice before was not there,
God
a
damn
new
it.
voice peeks in and says,
Wait.
says,
Wait, shh. This is important. This is
Damn
important.
it.
Shush.
Are you my new wielder?
What?
He's got a talking sword. Throw it in the ass.
What's with you and fucking weapons, man?
Be strong, Percy.
You're not here.
No.
Oh, come on, Taliesin. Yes, you're its new wielder. Obviously, you are. Damn it. Look, I get it. After what we've all just been through, I get it. But I am oh my god. Every single one of my characters takes that sword. Or tries to convince the party to keep it. I am never giving up that sword a day in my life. It's a weapon and a friend. All in one. Why would I ever give it up? This doesn't even make any sense. Hold the line. God damn it. Also, yeah, I do think the slots is a Pathfinder thing, yeah. If only Hexblade was out back then. Look. Well, an obviously evil object asks you if it's your new wielder, you always say yes? Yeah, clearly. I mean, what's it going to do? Kill its own wielder or kill someone who's not its wielder? Have we learned nothing from the Anubis sword in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3? Come on! What the fuck?
Then leave me till one worthy lifts this blade.
I'm going to gently put it down.
This is a sword that has a name. It's got like a name. Oh my god.
I don't know what to do about this. This is really disturbing.
As you step away from the blade, you can feel the air nearby is just generally colder in its presence, and where previously it was just a weapon, you can almost feel like there's something looking at you. Like there is a presence just bent towards you expectly.
That is creepy.
Take
What could go wrong?
Take it.
I can tame it.
Grog, you could tame it. That's how I feel.
Percy.
His name is Bane. It's a Bane sword.
Bane sword.
What does it say?
What does it say?
No, perfunctionist. That's the difference between you and me. That's the difference between us. I wield that shit. Maybe other people get wielded. I wield. That's just the difference. I'm just built like that. I don't know. Dude, I see if I pick up a talking sword in fucking Baldur's Gate 3, that shit goes in the main hand so instantly. If the Shattered Amulet was better, I would have it on constantly. For all situations. It is coincidence that it sucks, but if it was good, oh my god, it's going on the next slot. Oh my god. Only cool swords talk? Exactly. You're gonna wield your fucking lame ass sword that doesn't talk to you? Get real. Get real, audience.
What does it say?
I don't think I should tell any of you.
He doesn't have to. He's in his room. He's
So,
talking to a
the blade just sits there on the ground where you leave it, whatever you wish to do with it.
Just staring at it.
Want to put it in the bag?
God, you've given me so much to think about. It's really unfortunate. I'm definitely going to take at least a week of our 2 weeks to think about the sword.
Okay. What are you going to do in the meantime?
Sleep on top of it.
Sleep on top of it. It's,
Okay.
it's in my room.
You don't want it in the bag?
No.
You don't want it in the bag
So,
where I can
for
take
each
it?
evening as you lay down to sleep, you can feel the voice creep back in again and say,
damn it.
and just say,
Why would you sleep on top?
the voice is inquisitive. I'm useless left here. I seek the thrill of battle. I'm hungry. Other evenings it comes to you almost
dang
appealing. Why have you forsaken me?
That
You
poor
took me
sword.
as a trophy. What purpose is a blade that goes unused?
Yo, why you gotta be like that?
I
Gordon?
will
Wield
remember
it.
this.
Wield it.
Then it falls silent after a few days.
Oh.
To be fair, Percy probably shouldn't take it. It probably should be Grog. Give it to Grog. Do it. Give it to him. Give him the shard blade. Come on. Yo, how's everyone doing? We're doing good, Terrace. We're debating as to why Percival is not taking the obviously dope-ass, only slightly cursed, but so sick weapon. Why is he not taking it? I could totally wield it, make a wisdom saving throw. Look, that is why I don't dump wisdom as a warlock. This is why. All you need is charisma and wisdom. Leave intelligence in the fucking trash. Your intelligence will tell you not to pick up the super cool sword. And if that's what your intelligence is gonna tell you, I didn't want it anyways. Give me wisdom, give me charisma, or give me death. Fuck. I threw the mic away from me like that, and it slammed straight into my monitor. The monitor's okay. Oh no, I really am turning into a reaction YouTuber. The transformation, it's happening. Oh my god, put me in, coach, put me in. This voice goes hard at 1x. I'm sure it goes hard right now. Sure. What up, Mark? How you doing? 2-month holiday? Fuck yeah, that's dope. That's really sick. Babe, I feel like you stole me from my boyfriend and then never take me out on dates. Exactly, you gotta take her out, dude. You gotta make sure she's happy. Who said it's cursed? Exactly, Daniel. Exactly. Maybe because Percy is a total idiot. Leave intelligence at the door. I'd rather be a cool idiot than a lame intelligence person. Or intelligence person, I don't know. Intrusive thoughts away. Oh yeah. I haven't seen this, but I feel like if Percy doesn't take it, I hope that Grog takes it. I really do. Can't believe Percy's ghosting the sword. See the sword moment before I have to leave. Well, here, let's keep going with the sword moment.
The silent treatment.
It's sulking.
It is sulking.
Debating.
Was it a two-handed sword or a one-handed
It's
sword?
a great sword. It's two-handed, big old fatty Final Fantasy VII sword.
Oh, God damn it.
Evil Grog is not a good idea.
Will it really turn him evil?
I think it's fucked up.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I shouldn't have given him that brooch. God damn it.
Why?
I may ask for that brooch back.
You can certainly try.
God damn it.
Whoa!
So, as you think on it, the weeks pass.
Oh, I had a.
Oh, you guys want to?
There was. I also wanted to work on Ripley's gun.
Right. The gun itself is essentially a baseline pistol. If you look in your archetype for your fighter classes, the gunslinger, the pistol mechanics all apply to that weapon. Beyond that, nothing in particular. It's just her first successful attempt at recreating a firearm.
Okay. I'm going to start making some ammo for it, and I'm going to work on it to improve
Percy,
it.
whenever you get a chance, could you maybe? How hard are those exploding arrows to make? Super duper hard.
Not terribly difficult. I don't think it's in 2 weeks, but when we go home, I'll work on it.
Right.
I know, I like them too. I'm. I hate you. You're a terrible person.
You picked up the sword, man.
Percy, how's that sword working out?
It's a little big, actually.
Is it? Look, I have this one-handed Dragon Slayer longsword if you want to get used to like a bit of badassery before you move up to the big leagues. I know you've got that dinky piece of shit you've been using this whole time.
Just as a note, too, a great sword is a strength-based melee weapon. Dex does not play into it. So.
Oh, which is what? Yeah.
Based on whatever your strength is. What's your strength, Percy?
Strength is 12.
You would probably not do very well with that.
Which is why I was thinking about having it cut down and melted down into something more useful. But
This was also viable if you wanted to try.
Dragon Slayer longsword.
Can always,
3d6.
you know, this is actually pretty badass if I did give it to Grog.
Give it to Grog!
I'm going to. Yeah, I'll trade.
Oh my Jesus Christ, he's not even gonna say anything about it. You're a terrible person. You're a terrible person. Not Matt, you are. He gave you the device and you used it.
You've been playing D&D for years. You know what this means.
I'm gonna let you.
No, let Grog have it. Nothing is wrong. He can make his own decisions. Let Travis not understand something. Why are we restricting? Why are we gatekeeping the mistakes that we all need to make? Look, Taliesin got to get his fucking neck sucked in Vampire the Masquerade on accident. All of the other people got to not know why you don't take a cursed weapon. Let Travis make his own mistakes. We're coddling him too much. I'm so excited. I think charisma can be construed as its own form of intelligence. Oh, sure. I mean, all the mental traits are kind of variations on what we might call intelligence. you know? Like wisdom is very often called street smarts, which is most of the time construed as a form of intelligence. So yeah, I think most of the mental traits can be construed like that. Yeah. You gotta push the button. It means Travis is happy. Exactly. If Travis is happy, just let him have the sword. Just let him have it. He'll choose whether or not to use it, and I'm sure he'll make the right decision.
No, we should keep an eye on him just in case.
Grog,
Yes.
as you take up the blade in your hands, you hear coming out of
Go again.
coming out of the ether, a gentle, low, velvet voice caresses the inside of your head, saying, "You are you to be my wielder.
What the shit?
Speak your name, warrior.
Grog.
Warrior Grog. Have you taken up the blade of Craven Edge?"
Is that what this is? Do you have a female setting?
You hear a long, drawn-out sigh. Do you accept my power?
There's a power that comes with you? What kind of power?
Do you enjoy drinking the strength of your foes, watching them beaten before you, and have that very power become your own?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
You wish the shadows to encase your form and grant you resilience and anger, forcing those to kneel before you in fear.
The shadow? Oh?
You accept Grog.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Then it is done. Together, we will accomplish great things.
Yeah, you will.
Do you have a name?
Craven Edge.
Do I call upon you? Can I call you Bacon?
You call me Bacon, and this blade will cut the very hand you hold. My name is Craven Edge. It will do you well to remember that.
Right, yep, was totally kidding about the Bacon Craven
Good.
Edge. Well, I'm excited about this partnership. Clearly, we will be a force to be reckoned with. By the way, can other people hear you?
Silence.
Shit.
He will kill me first.
It is an amazing sword, to be
my
fair.
I haven't even read it yet.
You haven't read it yet? You are prepared.
I can't read!
Fuck yes, Travis. This is how you fucking play the game. Don't even read the sword. Just listen to what it says and make your decision. I could. No notes! No notes. You're going to Broadway, baby. Oh my god. Oh, god damn it, I love Grog. Travis knows the game and how it is played. Fuck yeah, he does. Every time I say I'm just gonna pop in and say hi, you will never escape. You fool. You're just gonna pop in and say hi. I will not let you go. CR will not let you go. Oh my goodness. You can go back to a faster speed, bet. I loved that. That was great. Oh my goodness. This is what peak looks like. Oh my god. Travis is just the man I want to become in this moment. Oh, player and character decision on point. Oh yeah, Travis knows what he's about. All of that just sounded like Travis. That just sounded delightful. Even the psychopathic parts. Oh, physical copies of the PHP. Look at that. Look at that. Travis is absolutely chef's kiss. No, that's definitely the PHP. Topaz, you're right, you're right. Oh my god. Anyway. I'm tired. I feel tired after that moment. That was great.
You want to read it so bad.
No, don't let anybody.
It's so magical.
That's season 2, man.
Give me a bear cookie.
You've gotten
Be a bear cookie too.
you have a clue as to what it can do based on when it was used against you by Silas.
Yeah, it was badass. Thank you.
So,
Exactly, deadly.
Anything else you want to accomplish before closing out the rest
I
of
had
the
a question.
Yes.
Did we assemble a team of magic temple
take care of
people
the
to care of
demons?
this wheel of
Yeah,
death?
that we
That
needed
was
to.
the last
We
thing.
need to all
Okay.
take care of that.
The marble of death?
So throughout the week, Keeper Yenin, a few of the low-level arcanists that exist here,
Didn't we send for Eskel Randarian?
you send for, but information right now travels at the speed of whatever it is.
A mule.
Yeah,
The speed of mule.
the speed of mounts as it continues forward.
No one
You
has
get word back
sending?
from nothing from Allura Visorin yet. Eskel does respond, saying that he is currently finishing up some personal business, but will make his way towards Whitestone within a couple weeks with some of his compatriots who may also be of aid. So information has been gotten across, but it won't be until probably after this festival for them to begin their investigation. However, in the meantime, Keeper Yenin and a few of the smaller local arcanists do make a couple trips down to inspect the ziggurat themselves. When they return, Yenin is at a loss, and most of them don't quite understand the nature of the magic there. It seems to be immobile. It seems to be completely either negating, consuming, or preventing any sort of magical force within a specific radius of it. So a lot of their normal arcane methods of inspecting, or divine methods of inspecting this sites are not functional. This is going to be more of like a
Good idea, perfectionist. Good idea. I think we should do a hydration break, a bio break. I'm gonna say right about now. Now, see, I was gonna run a Twitch ad, but I don't. Oh, I have the option. Okay, so yeah, we will do we will be right back. I will run an ad on Twitch before we really get into this. I'll play some music, and we will take a quick little hydration break. I'm gonna get ready to run to a session, and this is a good stepping off point. Fair enough, Deadly. I'll see you later. And everyone else, get some water and have a good hydration break. Oh wait, it's really quiet. Oh my god. I freaking hit that so nicely timed on accident. In fact, I hit the wrong the wrong scene because I was trying to rush. What's up, Heathen Hearthfire? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna go after a session. See ya. Y'all heard the Funk Soul Brother. Is it better to watch on Twitch or YouTube? Probably YouTube, only because big, like, overarching opinion, I think that YouTube has a better player. Just my opinion. But if you're already on Twitch, like you watch like other stuff on Twitch and have other emotes and are like in that ecosystem, like especially if you have like Turbo or something, it'll probably be better on Twitch. But if you are like, don't watch any live streams, I think YouTube has a better player. Also, right now, I don't. Hey, welcome, Tara Sean. How you doing? Thank you for following. I appreciate it. But yeah, also if you're if right now YouTube has no ads. Because I'm not at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube yet, whereas I have got an affiliate on Twitch. So there are ads on Twitch unless you use like a Twitch Prime or you have Turbo or you just do a normal Prime. So yeah, those are kind of the differences right now. Everything goes into chat above. Everything goes into my multi-stream chat. So thank you very much, Tara Sean. Everyone, if you have Twitch Primes that you haven't used, I would love them. Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much. And, yeah, that new Twitch sub chime noise is so loud. Really? Okay. Good to know. I was kind of wondering. I was like, man, you guys are like really like saying that it's really, really loud. I wish that I knew which audio source it was on. I'm going to assume it's on Slobs. So I'm just going to throw Slobs at like 50 on like all of the sources and we'll see. Like alarmingly loud? Okay. I turned down all of the audio sources that I think it might have been coming from to like half. So we'll see the next time it happens. But thank you to everyone. And yeah. Let's get back to it. We just need some more to test the volume now. Oh no, we just need more? If anyone wants to do it again. Scared me. Playback speed, looking back in the stream, generally good load. Load times, no ads. YouTube has great potential for streams. Yeah, I agree. I really think that the YouTube player is better, but the general Twitch ecosystem is better. So I'm looking for, especially as a lot of big names like Moist Critical and a lot of people are starting to multi-stream on both right now. So I think that the YouTube ecosystem hopefully will grow. But I'm down and I'm very happy doing both for now, especially now that I have the technical glitches, I think, sort of figured out. Before I had those technical glitches figured out, I was getting a little annoyed with it. And I still don't love the Twitch ads, but I think I can get them a little bit more under control if I start like preemptively running them, and I think that I can figure it out. So yeah, I'm excited to do both from now on. Everyone subscribe to test the volume. Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I need you to subscribe. It's just to test the volume.
Old tomes and research historical records of things that make you similar to this. So when you bring up that you would reach out to Eskel Rindarian with the information you had, you got that'll probably be a much more fruitful endeavor. But as of right now, no one has any clue what this is.
Okay. And we searched the Briarwoods like library that they had gathered together to see anything about.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also, some of the information that you acquired from Scalen's memory and a little.
Okay. How was that? Had to add just out of respect for the hair. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Coidocotl? Cuticotl? Cuticotly. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. My chat on Twitch isn't working for some reason. That's odd. We're not in sub only, I don't think. Interesting. Good test. Volume acceptable. That's great. Maybe slightly less. Lou Lockley. Gotcha. Well, welcome. Thank you very much. Still kind of startling. Interesting. Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit more. There's nothing I really get through slobs, so I can turn it all down to a third. Test. Lull or Q? Q also works. Q works. Much better volume, definitely still noticeable. Okay, I turned it down a little bit more. It was working but stopped after I subbed. Oh, weird. I can chat in either. Seems maybe 80% of what it was. Interesting. No worries. You always put out chill vibes. I appreciate it. I try to put out chill vibes. I don't, yeah. I like to be, I am high strung at work. I am stressed out at work. This is my chill time. So I'm glad that I put out chill vibes. Maybe not high strung, but I'm definitely stressed out at work. So yeah, I'm glad that's coming around. I think the noise itself is startling regardless of the volume due to its disruptive nature. That's fair, Perfunctionist. I turned down the volume a little bit more, but I do kind of want it to be noticeable. So, just because of the nature of it. So, I think it's because it's louder than CR. It's shocking. I see. Hey, Megaphone Man, replace it with an old Nokia ringtone. It is an alarm after all. Yeah, true. All right. Well, we'll get back to it. I don't know why the timer didn't start.
A bit of research into Vecna. Very little information really exists, but as the Keeper of Secrets, you get the sense that most anything of importance in dealing with this ritual has been destroyed as part of its preparation because secrets are meant to be kept and hoarded. So yeah, not so stuck in that regard, unfortunately. However, as the second week draws to a close, the Winter's Crest Day comes forward. As the morning crests into the proper Winter's Crest Festival, you all awaken within Castle Whitestone to an unusually cold morning, and as you look out, there is a fresh dusting of white snow that has gently caressed the entirety of this valley and the entire city itself. You all get yourselves ready, gather.
Yeah, G-Hercub, that's basically when I was talking at the beginning of stream about the one, I think it's a C3 spoiler that I got. It was from like a clip or like a short thumbnail. I don't get fed too many, thankfully, but that's the only spoiler I've really gotten. I tend to make an entrance. Oh, me too. Although I guess I am normally a bit of a lurker, so I guess maybe I don't make an entrance. I'd make entrances at work. But anyways.
Your belongings and preparing for the festival, even helping get ready this entire week, you walk down towards Whitestone itself. As you get to the outside.
What was the spoiler? You'll have to go back to the beginning. It was basically, I think, so I don't actually know if it was a C3 spoiler or not, but I believe it was about Travis Williams' character. I think. I don't know. I didn't watch it. So all I saw was like the thumbnail and the title, and it was like Travis playing someone. I don't know. But yeah, I talk about that more at the beginning. So I guess you'll have to watch the VOD.
Skirts of the city, you can already hear in the distance music beginning to play. Blue and white ribbons are hung up all throughout the town on the outside of buildings, outside of taverns, outside of even the remaining wreckage that's only partially built. It seems that overnight people just went through the town and decorated whatever needed to be decorated to wipe clean the memory of the recent trials and difficulty that everyone's undergone. You begin to make your way towards the center of the town, to the town square where the sentry is, and as you approach, you now see the source of the music, as a number of individuals in the town have brought out their instruments, and they're playing, some more discordant than others, but overall, a sense of joy as people for the first time in a long time are truly embracing this positive atmosphere. You see children laughing and running through the streets. You can smell fresh cooked pies and various other bakery items just filling the air around you. Looking over as you approach the sentry, you can see where once bodies hung from its boughs, there now are strings of blue and white ribbons that are intertwined with each other, braided and set across from branch to branch. You can see fine little glass structures that have been hand-blown and left to drape from them to be part of the festivities. As you begin to make your way up there, immediately people begin to notice your presence, and you can see people in the streets begin to gather up and begin cheering. You hear voices mutter out, "Vox Machina! Hans!" People run up, some start reaching out and shaking your hands. "Thank you so much, thank you," and you're kind of taken aback by the attention. It's reminding you a little bit of the awkwardness you had with the last Winter's Crest in Iman. But as you
Be on the lookout for eggs, giant frosty-looking eggs.
Crystal eggs. You make your way towards the Sun Tree, and there you see Keeper Yenin is in the process of speaking with a few of the people that helped him with this entire rebellion and setting up this event, and he greets you all as you approach.
Oh, my friends, how wondrous. I'm glad to see you are awakened and ready and well rested, I assume.
Yes.
Glorious. Well, this is a day of celebration. We've taken the time, and mourning shall continue as needed, but today is to embrace what it means to be alive, to thwart the darkness and the evils that press upon the free folk of these lands, and, of course, to eat and drink till you are full and drunk.
Drink that shit, brother.
Cheers to that.
It'll be a little bit before we get to the actual celebration speech, but in the meantime, go free yourselves, drink, be merry. There are a few events going on around you, and he kind of points in a few directions.
I think that I both agree and disagree per functionist. Like, yeah, a lot of times I try to avoid telling characters how they feel, but on the same token, or by the same token, if you as a DM, like, know your players really well, have maybe been through similar situations with them, like a very similar Winter's Crest in Amon, you might be able to cut some narrative time through general describing how things make them feel, because they cannot truly get the vibes of what's going on. Like, it might, in your head as a DM, be an awkward scene where, like, people are thanking them, but maybe the people are being awkward about it. Like, and so telling them how they feel can sometimes be a little bit of a narrative shortcut towards a description of the world. So, like, if they're looking at something that makes them feel uncomfortable or something that disgusts them, there is, like, telling them that can be a shorthand towards describing something that you already know will make them feel disgusted, but will possibly take a lot of time to really get that feeling across. So I try, again, I do generally try not to do it. But sometimes if it's going to be complicated to explain the tone to the players, sometimes saying how the tone makes the character feel can be a narrative shorthand for that. It's a tricky line. It's a very tricky line. I suppose with a smaller table, you can more intimately describe the scenario and really let them absorb how awkward or not awkward it is. Yeah, it depends on the table size. It depends on like I said, it depends on how well you know them, how well you know the characters, and how important it is, and like how much time you want to spend on it. Like, if he thinks that they won't like all of that narrative description, you might want to just kind of skip through it with that, like, little shortcut, rather than spend a bunch of time there. But this is something that, like, it's not just tone at the table. It is, like, situation by situation, and it's hard to analyze each situation to know because it is so, like, independent, or it is so dependent on the DM-player interaction. Some things are pretty universal, too, like the awkward feeling that comes with having happy birthday sung to you at a restaurant. Yeah, to some degree, yeah, exactly. So, there is some degree of that where communicating that more universal experience can be a quicker way of describing the scene if you don't want to hang on it. But if you do want to hang on it and it's really important, you probably want to spend more time letting them develop their own feelings. So if he wanted to, like, really hang on this festival and, like, this was, like, a really important scene, you probably wouldn't want to tell them how they feel and, like, let them develop their own feelings on it. Yeah. Happy birthday, Mega. Happy unbirthday to me. It's not my birthday. Or is it? No one will ever know. Something like awkward you can work with by degrees per character. Yeah, true. I also think there's some difference between Matt's description for the benefit of the audience versus what each individual player would say, yes, that's how my character feels. There is also a public performance layer of it, yeah. So it's a... I agree, and I will say within Critical Role, there have been moments where I didn't like that Matt told them how they felt. But then there are other moments where I'm like, oh no, it makes sense. So it's really and for you and for your table and your characters, this might be an inappropriate moment for you to tell them. So that's one of the tough things about this is that for you, this could be bad, but for someone else, this could be good, and it's hard for me to even give advice on that. From debilitating to fleeting thought. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyways.
And you can see around you, there are tables set up, there are individuals playing games. Immediately to the left, you can see there are 2 long tables set up.
Bird, later. Later, bird. 8 minutes. I think, should we take her to the, no, we shouldn't take her to the park. We can't take her to the park because she's not spayed. And when dogs are not spayed or not neutered, they get a lot of extra attention at the park from other dogs. And already, like, dog parks are like a good way to like have diseases spread. But when they get a bunch of extra attention because they're not spayed or neutered yet, it can be there just is a lot of like extra risk factors. So I would love to take her to the park. Or just take her on big, long walks, but she cannot do that yet, the poor puppy. But she wants to. I didn't realize this. The general recommendation, at least in the US, I guess I don't know for other countries' pet agencies, but the general recommendation is for large breed dogs, which she's going to be like 100 pounds, to not spay or neuter. Or maybe just spay. I don't know about neuter. Until they've gone through at least their first heat cycle. Or no, sorry. Yeah, since they've reached full musculoskeletal growth, which is going to be around a year. So like our much smaller dog, well, I say much smaller, 50 pounds. She got spayed at like 6 months, I think, maybe 5.5. But we're not supposed to spay bird until like a year because it can like fuck with like their like hips and the way that those grow and a lot of stuff, make them more susceptible to like long-term defects with the way that they grew. Dog parks cause the bubonic plague. I'm sure around 18 months or so. Yeah, I think it's I think our vet told us basically like, yeah, like you'll bring her in and like we'll tell you that she's done growing and then, you know, we'll basically schedule the spaying then and there. Tie the just got off work. It's going well. The stream's going well. We are on a good pace. Obviously, you know, that's freaking famous last words for me saying that we're on a good pace, but we are. So yeah, going well so far. Usually 6 months is the earliest 1 year is good. At least that's what we always recommend. Oh, cute. You work at a vet place or an animal place. Yeah. So, I mean, and also our other dog we got her right after she had been spayed. She got spayed at the adoption place. Whereas we got Bird from the adoption place when she was like 3 months old, 4 months old, 3. So she was not even close. So a good place to finish, a good pace to finish in under 8 hours. That's true. We're close to being able to finish. Yeah. Yeah. Vet tech. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah. But with all that, you know, it's harder to get her exercise. I think she gets a little stir crazy, especially because our other dog can and will play with her, but the other dog is more of a couch potato. So, and we don't go outside as often because we used to take them outside to play around together, but we're pretty sure she got this parasite from like our backyard. This Giardia. So we haven't been letting them play in the backyard as much, or if we do, then we have to like clean off their paws really well. It's a whole fucking thing. Because our backyard is shared. It's not just ours. So yeah. Anyways, dog shit. But I think that's why she like keeps asking to go out. Yeah, we just have to jinx the pace. Yeah, we definitely have time to jinx the pace. Yeah, no question. Ads are about to happen. Ads are about to happen? I feel like I just ran a fucking ad. Has it really been that long? That's so fucking crazy. Hello, Austin Morgan. Welcome. How you doing? Good pace is relative. Yeah, true. My aunt's puppy's a pinball. Ooh, that one's gnarly. You have good luck. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Up in a stack of pies just off to one side. Looks like an eating contest.
Oh no.
Round
I haven't
two.
eaten for a full day.
In preparation.
Yeah.
You do see what looks to be a gentleman with a high box with a very, very fine waxed mustache that is currently doing parlor tricks and magical presentations for people who are trading coins to be astounded with his illusions. You can see what looks to be a series of tables behind the Sun Tree, coming towards the southeast side of it. You recognize better than anyone. These are central table, relatively small, with a chair on each side.
Craven. I think. Oh, wait, that's arm wrestling. Go to sleep.
The side's getting more and more impatient.
Get used to that.
So this is the three first events that you come across, just immediate vicinity. What would any of you guys like to partake in?
I see the magic tricks and go and run over without saying anything
I
to
tag
anybody else.
along.
Okay.
Oh, I'll go in for this one as well.
Okay.
As you guys rush forward, you come to the box. It's a relatively high box. It looks like it hasn't seen some use in a while. The gentleman sitting there with longish hair parted in the center and kind of combs outward. He's got his waxed mustache. He's wearing kind of a dusty presentational robes, and he has on the top of it a series of small boxes and looks like various tricks that he has at the ready. There are 3 children off to
Dude, that sounds like. Have you guys seen that fucking whip cracking guy? I don't watch very much shorts content, but when I do, I get this dude that like whips to music. I think he's like Jacques the Whipper, maybe. He's fucking sick, and that is what I am picturing in my head when I hear this with this like long wax mustache. Jacques the Whipper, yeah, that guy. I like that guy. Megan, do you like Grog Travis's shirt? Oh yeah, Muscle Wizards cast. I think it's cast Axe. Oh yeah, no, I always love a shirt that says something funny. I'm not a big. It's weird. I'm not that into fashion, as you can tell, based on the fact that I wear about the same 5 shirts. But. Or sweatshirts, I guess. This is a sweatshirt that looks like the shirt that is right underneath it. But I like it. I like a good shirt. Gotta get back to work. See you later, Terrace. Have a good one. That dude is great in person if you ever get the chance. Fuck yeah. You've seen him in person? He seems sick. His shows seem really cool. I saw the one of him like singing like I think it was like a Final Fantasy song or something that was like all in Latin or something like that. He sounds cool. He seemed really cool. Muscle Wizards cast Fist. There we go. That's what my the barbarian in my game. I think it's a paladin maybe. They always say I'm gonna go and cast Axe. Because they normally go after all of the spellcasters, and they're like, well, I think out of all of my options, I will cast Axe. Yes, very fun show. Oh, sick. Very cool. Good to know.
the side with their
What up, Travis? I am indeed live. Welcome.
either their keeper or their parents behind. He goes,
Now watch, if you will, as this simple ball transports itself between the cups, and yet find your eyes unable to follow.
and he sort of cups around for a moment.
Where is the ball, little one?
And the kids kind of deliberate. One goes, that one. He goes, are you sure? They all shake their heads. Oh, I'm sorry. The ball has escaped your vision. Once again, and they all kind of like, they cheer. He lifts the other one, and it's
go,
gone. The middle one.
Are you a wizard? We've met a few wizards. You're a wizard. No. Are you a sorcerer? Because you don't look like a druid. This doesn't look like natural magic.
I am what you refer to as an illusionist. and I can play tricks on your mind. Your mind.
No!
Your mind.
No! God, we've been through way too much of that here lately. Oh,
It's entertainment.
Playful.
Oh my god, what a perfect reaction. Oh my goodness. The only person to ever pronounce it right, holy smokes. That sucks because I can't remember how I pronounced it. I'm going to go with Drevis. My fighter will have to steal that. Fuck yeah, groinhead. God, after all of this possession and charm and mind control, what an absolutely astoundingly perfect reaction to that. Oh, that's so good. Cool. Very cool.
Playful illusions, not against.
It's just a game. It's
It's good. She's good.
Keep her in
She's
check,
fine.
please. You're scaring the children.
It's not real. It's a game. It's a game. It's gonna be fine.
So-
It's gonna be fine.
I'll trust this guy.
Don't worry. Okay. Percy will take the first turn.
I'm also a diviner. I can look into your eyes and see your very future.
Not really. It's okay.
For a simple gold piece, you can test your skills against the transference of this ethereal ball. Or for 5, I can look into your fate.
I'll do both, actually.
All right.
Takes the gold piece.
I kind of grab him by the scruff and I say, if you hurt him,
Jesus.
you don't know what he's been through, okay?
Down, Kibble. It's all right.
It'll be fine.
Are you working with the Briarwoods? Briarwoods,
Please get her off of me!
It's okay. Hey, kids, this is why you shouldn't drink during the daytime.
Anyway.
your magic.
Salsa.
Takes 1 gold piece off, sets it aside.
Now, the ethereal ball. This was taken from the far realms themselves, crafted in the ivy-covered hills in the far north end, the Feywild itself. How could you follow this? With but your simple vision,
He places 1 cup over it, 2 cups to the side, and begins shifting and shifting. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Him? Okay.
20.
You see now there's a couple moments where the ball shifts between cups, and you get a really close idea of exactly how this works. And when he finishes, he looks to you.
Now, where is the Fey ball?
I would say it's to your right there.
That one? Are you sure? It could be anywhere on this table.
It could, but it's there. Because it's not anywhere else other than there.
I'm not so sure about that, Percy.
Well, you're welcome to go in. If
I choose the one on the left.
you have to give him a gold coin, though.
Sure.
Takes a coin.
Do you wish to choose for this one instead, then?
No, I'm choosing on the right.
Takes a gold piece.
And with that, you found it, yay.
Gives you 5 gold.
I kind of lean into Percy and I say, this guy's not a threat. It's okay.
Well, I am a dark and evil demonic creature, so, you know.
I am an eldritch
He gives you the 5
being.
gold.
Percy.
As he gives you the 5 gold, he immediately takes it back and goes,
But you wanted to know your fate.
Yes.
Step forward, young, what's your name?
Just Percy.
Percy, please, present your face.
Just Percy.
as he reaches out, he begins to feel the bumps on your head. He begins to touch the outside of your face and closes his eyes. Yes, yes, I can see. I can see into the very nature of your existence. You young Percy?
Yes.
Percy, young Percy. You have hard-working hands. You've seen a lifetime of hard work in the fields. But you wish to make your father proud, as does every son. And you will, as one day you will become a well-celebrated smith of horseshoes. Yes, glory to Percy.
Amazing, so accurate.
So accurate.
So accurate.
Kind of leans in and says,
I can tell by the black powder on your hands that you've worked with a few pieces of iron in your time.
Very astute. Very astute.
Thank you so much. So, who's next?
children start rushing up, and you guys wish to continue with this guy?
No.
All right, we'll leave.
I've seen enough.
Okay, who's doing what now?
No, dude, does anyone want to get down on the pod contest? I thought I might arm wrestle first.
I think you should arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would say this.
Work up an appetite.
Glory
I'd
to
like arm wrestle
Percy.
in case I need to eat my way out of sadness with pies.
Yeah.
Turn your sadness into victory.
Yeah.
I will also enter the arm wrestling competition.
Alrighty. Okay. So, as you guys step up, you can see
Dude, I will say, so I've thought a lot about this. Here I go, making the simplest reaction into a 20-minute rant. I've thought a lot about non-combat PvP before, and these are the sorts of things that I would really like to do in a non-combat PvP, and this is like the sort of setting that I imagine is like a festival where like people do like arm wrestling against each other or have like little games that maybe aren't like one check to decide them, but maybe have like a tiny bit of strategy, or maybe it is like a level of like one player chooses which ball it goes in, and then they roll like contested checks to like narrow down the cups. So like the DM will tell them like, okay, like you're not sure which cup it was in, but you know it wasn't that one or something like that. Where we can like work in skill checks, but there's also like a level of like intelligent PvP. That has been on my brain for so long, and I haven't put in the legwork to like really make it work. But that is one of the things that I want to do at the end of the Unseen campaign, is host like a festival with all of like the level 20 characters and do like a bunch of those types of like PvP games that are like very similar to this, but have them be like a couple of homebrewed formats. I think that would be super, super fun. My favorite part about that bit is the true cold read that Percy is a smith, just not with horseshoes. Oh yeah. Like it's really, it is a level of really nice improv from Matt. And like, I think evident that Matt really thinks about his player characters. To have Percy that ingrained in his brain, and like maybe Matt pre-wrote some of that, you know, he had like a future writing down for each of them. I kind of doubt it. I think that was probably improv, and that is like a testament to how much he like thinks about them and has them ingrained in his head, that he could make not just an accurate reading but an accurately inaccurate reading, which I think would be so much harder. Like, I think it would be so much harder to know the truth, but to step to the side of the truth. Like, I think that is legitimately much more difficult. So I think that's a big, like, a very good thing from Matt. The education was from an international correspondence school. It was either gunsmithing or TV VCR repair. Lol. But yeah. So that's, I really want to do that type of PvP someday. But I haven't. Yeah, like I said, I haven't put in the legwork. But I want to like create some homebrew games. Maybe I'll do that on stream sometime. Maybe we'll like work on some homebrew PvP games. That could be fun.
There's a woman dressed in a rather simple barmaid outfit, a little leather apron on her side, and she's pretty, thick and rough and tumble with her timber. She has her hair pulled up into a very tight bun in the back, and she's got a little smudge on her chin, and she's like,
All who wish to enter the contest, please step right here, pay your entry fee. Graciously prove your might and your strength. Show that you yourself are responsible for the rebellion succeeding.
sees you.
You wish to be part of this, yes?
Yeah, I do.
Very well. Entry fee, Rebellion gets kind of real with you for a second. Like, entry fee is 25 gold pieces each. Winner gets free drinks and the pot.
I slapped down 25 gold on behalf of Grog. Right.
You're paying for his
I'm
entry.
paying for his entry, sure.
And mine as well?
Sure.
No.
Mage Tower. I would love to make something like maybe I need to look up. I'm pretty sure Blood Bowl is like an actual TTRPG game, right? So maybe I could learn Blood Bowl and maybe try to abstract it a little bit into, because I know that there's like a sports game in Strixhaven. Maybe if you abstracted a lot of the characteristics and the mechanics of Blood Bowl, you could make maybe something really simple, but that would work. Could be kind of fun. I love their old set. It was so simple. Oh yeah. I mean, I like their set too, especially since they got rid of chat. I love their setup, man. Hell yeah. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, I've always wanted to look into Blood Bowl. But I have never, again, on my infinite list of things to do. But yeah.
I would also like to. I would also like to compete.
With Bigby's hand.
Hey.
Sorry. 25 gold then?
There you go.
I mean, no offense. It's a cute beret.
Other individuals come and enter.
Cute.
And you can see, as you guys are preparing for this event, you hear the rattling of chains nearby. And you can see two of the guards are stepping up with Goran Vedmeyer, who is, you've seen...
The Duke!
Yeah,
Duke.
no longer Duke, unduked.
Duke. Once you duke something, you can't unduke it, Matt.
No, he's been thoroughly
Look, I don't think I said it with an exclamation point. I don't know what I was saying. I didn't say it with an exclamation point. I didn't say Bigby's hand. I just said Bigby's hand. I guess now I've said Bigby's hand. You got me there. But they're so close to each other with their new set. I have no idea what their new set looks like. And don't tell me. But, yeah, I mean, I will say that is a bit of a bit of a weakness of this set. From what I understand is how far away Matt is. So I do think that any sort of set that had the players being like closer to the DM would be nice.
Unduked. Trust me.
The Duke, who is formerly known as
Duke Gonad.
Duke
Yeah.
Gonad.
He's brought by two of the guards, and the guards kind of whisper to each other. They bring out their own 25 gold pieces, and they pop it into the pot, and they're like, "His entering as our proxy." He kind of looks around. Yes, what they said. She kind of nods and says, "Well, I don't see why not, I suppose." All right. And other people end up getting their change in. She goes over a sheet with one of her compatriots, and they end up breaking off into the teams. And there are 4 tables set up. And for this round, at least, this part of the festival, they break up different parts. She calls out one table. All right, we have a Jasper Lear to go against a Scanlan Shorthalt at this table. That's
me.
Yes, Scanlan! Yes, Scanlan!
As you're getting ready, you see looks like a farmer type individual, clean and as dressed as he could be in relatively ragged clothes, but it looks like he's trying to be presentary for the festival. Gray beard, kind of longish shoulder length, tosses hair, and he kind of walks up, pulling his wrist back, and he's got some good muscles. Looks like he's definitely been working a lot of heavy farm work for most of his life. And he sits down on the table across from you, kind of gives you a look over.
Well, shall we begin?
Sure. Can I ever so covertly say to him, "You don't want to be to gnome. You don't want to be to gnome." And I'm casting suggestion on him.
I will say, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, my worst. Shit. 13.
What does it mean? What does it mean? The
Oh,
eyebrows!
and the phone came out.
I know.
Who knows? We'll find out when my arm gets ripped
Looking
off.
at Jasper's stats, I can tell.
What? No, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna respond to difficult things, guys. Give me a second. There we go. All right. So he kind of has his hand up and he looks you over with a look of intensity for a second.
Put your hand up.
Yes, sir.
Clasps it, his fingers wrap entirely around your hand at this point. At which, as intensity mounts and the crowd gathers around, everyone begins cheering. The barmaid steps up again.
All right, the two of you, hands together. And prove your strength now!
Go make a strength check.
19.
You guys stand there for a second. His arm begins to push on yours, begins to bend back a little bit. You reflex your might and begin to send him back up to the center. You reach a standstill once again, back towards the center, and his expression on his face looks frustrated and surprised.
Weren't expecting this, were you? Neither was I.
Make another strength check.
Not as good. 11.
11. At this point, as you say that, he kind of tenses in his might, forces down your hands now, right at the 3/4 of the table. Make a strength check.
16.
16. Got to touch the knuckles.
What is going on? This has never happened before.
He's not, keeping his hand at the side. He's like trying not to grasp the edge of the table, which is like against the rules. But he's like looking around at everyone watching and realizes the sheer amount of attention that's put on the fact that this tiny little gnome is now keeping him at a standstill.
I shout out from the crowd, Scanlan! Scanlan! Pike is here! She's astrally projected in!
Natural 1.
With that moment of distraction, you look around for wham! Your knuckles hit the table. Cheers go on. Everyone shouts happily.
You idiot! All the blood rushed somewhere else. That's not my fault.
I had him!
He lifts up his tankard on the side, and someone is pouring ale into it. And he shouts his victory out. Everyone cheers. Quick, comes smacking in the back and be like, "You did good. You did good. That was
I
really
don't need your pity. Grog, kick this motherfucker's ass.
2 more events go by, or 2 more gentlemen show down in this. Actually, no, on this one, actually, it's a woman and a man. This woman who's a pretty tough-looking warrior, probably one of the guards of the Castle Whitestone. She, still partial armor, has been guarding the event, has taken her helmet off to be part of this event, kind of taking a moment to be relaxing. She goes up against, looks to be another merchant in the town, and just destroys him.
Yeah!
The next bout is a man who the way he's dressed appears to be a blacksmith. He still has his like leather gauntlets on. He takes them off the table, takes off his leather and sets it to the side, gets down and ready, and looks around for his opponent. And the two guards bring up the chains. Vedmeyer, who then sits down at the table, the chains hitting against the sides of the wooden tabletop and coasting to the ground as they adjust. He puts his arm on the table with a thud and has to kind of bend over to even reach the other guy's grasp. You can see the look on his face immediately just pale as he realizes who he's up against. Yeah, it's 2 rounds in, maybe 20 seconds tops before Vedmeyer just slams it so hard you can see part of the tabletop splinters inward, and the guy brings his hand back with bleeding knuckles as he kind of looches over and puts his hand out expectantly. The barman kind of hands him a tankard full of ale, and he just kind of downs it in one gulp, slams it on the table, and stands back up again, glances over to you, and steps back into the crowd. The second round of events go in. You are paired up with the gentleman who defeated Scanlan.
Kick his ass, Grog!
Yeah.
Put him in a body
Sit
bag.
down, I say.
Give him the chair.
I feel really bad for you,
Sweep
mate.
the leg.
You know my friend? He's got hand herpes. So do I.
It's true.
Make it
20! 19 plus 1!
natural 1 on his part. He looks genuinely frightened and is about to back up and kind of looks like he's about to get the attention of the barman who's running this event, but then sees the crowd around.
I mean, you're a farmer, right? You handle food.
It's in his hand, puts it out, and grabs your
Attaboy.
stern interest. The barman once again, and prove your strength! Roll strength check. He has disadvantage.
21.
16 and a natural 1.
Oh, shit.
Already he's straining and his back of his knuckles are nearly scraping against the wood. You can see fear in his eyes, and he's like gripping, but he's also like trying to move his fingers to make sure he doesn't make too much contact with your hand. Go ahead and roll on the strength check.
11.
At which point he sees the grin on your face and gets his will back behind him, forces you back up to the center. Make another strength check.
Ooh, shit. 7.
Natural 20.
Oh, no!
He slams you right over on the edge of the table. Make another check.
Come on, Grog!
Aha!
23.
19. Oh. Back up to the center, stand still. You can see now the veins bulging in his neck. You can see now his face is turning red from the strain. He's breathing heavily. As he pushes again, make another strength check.
Come on, Grog!
8.
8. You can stay there and hold the 4. Keeping you right there in the middle. Make another check.
I hold up my hand and I use minor illusion to make it all dotted with
Yeah, take the side along your hand and so I'm gonna give him disadvantage on this one. All right, what'd you get?
Oh, 17.
17 with the disadvantage. You got a 6. The hand goes at 3/4 view. He's not looking at you, looking at Scanlan's hand, looking at you, looking at his own hand. He's really worried. Make another strength check.
Slippery when the pores start to seep. That's a 1.
No.
epic.
Yeah, with disadvantage, he gets 2. The center, you guys are in the middle again.
Oh my god.
Big struggle.
22.
22? Yeah, no, he got with disadvantage again because of that. But disadvantage is fading at this point. He got a 12. So yeah. Now he's back down on the
Come
door.
on, Grog, finish it.
Grog, finish it.
Do it.
22.
He got a 7. You looks at the hand, looks at you again, and you can see in his face this sudden look of acceptance as you stop playing with him and whack, slam it really hard on the wood. You can see he pulls away. Wash it, please, wash it, somebody wash it.
Can't.
You know, the cure for that is actually on my man Vax's groin. It's very magical.
He slowly backs into the crowd, looking very disturbed and disgusted as everyone else is cheering for you and cheer. A tankard slam before you, filled with ale. The barman's like, "Drink up, you've earned it, champion."
I look at Gonad over at the side. I drink it, chug it down, and hold up the finger at the same time.
He gets there and just tenses for a second with a grin. As you see, he kind of growls. His cold breath and the cold wintercrest air kind of dissipates up above him, and you get this kind of nod, this slow look of warrior intensity but respect. You can see he's looking forward to hopefully this as much as you are, but he still has a battle to do himself.
I've spent the last 10 minutes while he's kicking that guy's ass to find a soldier or somebody in the crowd to bet.
A young boy.
Bet. I'm not you.
That's more of his for it.
200 gold on Grog.
Oh,
Win.
shit.
Somebody in the crowd.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
14.
Going around, you're hard pressed to find somebody who, at this moment in time, is interested in betting any money against the Goliath that helped save the city. You find one gentleman who seems a little interested, and he kind of gives you this sidelong, sleazy grin. He goes, "Tell you what, not 200 gold, but I'll put 50 down."
That's not worth it. 75 gold?
Step away, halfling.
Oh, I heard it.
I know.
People lie.
He doesn't
that
pay
across the
attention to
table.
you. He's too focused on the current bout at hand, in which at this table you can now see Vedmeyer and the woman guard sits down.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Oh, Trisha's wrestling." Oh,
Well, her name's Trisha. Trish the dish.
Vedmeyer gets down again, the chains against the wood as he sits down with a smile. Kind of just gives her a grin and a nod. She's just intensity towards him the whole time. You can see there's a little bit of intensity to win, but you also see spite in that look. You see that she kind of knows what he's done and means this victory means more to her than otherwise. The two of them get to first match. He pushes and gets the upper hand, forcing her the 3/4 view perspective. She's tensing herself. You hear the muscle tensing beneath the armor itself in the middle, creaking as her whole upper torso begins to kind of.
Dude, I'm having to force myself to not smile because my cheeks are starting to hurt from this episode. I am There's been a lot of. I have this occasionally with CR, but this is one of my more. This is one of the episodes that's made me be more smiley compared to a lot of them.
Push into it. She begins to push it back.
Yeah, Trish the dish.
Trish that dish! Trish that dish!
Trish, as you guys are shouting this and keeping going, she gets pushed back again into a defensive position. You can see the blood rushing to her face, but he himself is starting to really intense, and he can see the surprise in his face from the battle she's giving.
I will say I didn't even want a montage. If he wanted to do a montage, that would have been fine. If, especially imagine the Archibald speech with Archibald like fucking wasted, or just someone else from the crowd giving that Archibald speech after all of this like fun and games shit. That would have been fun. Prove that it's a great wind down episode. Oh yeah, this has been fantastic so far. Yeah.
Pushes it back into the center, this back and forth. The crowd's starting to get really intense. You can see the shouting and the cheering. It's really quiet as everyone's now just kind of breathlessly watching this bout. She pushes back into the quarter position. He goes and begins to rally his own strength. But it's not enough. As she onto the table, as she kind of releases, goes, "Ah!
Trish the dish! Trish the dish!"
Deserve that and much more. She gets up and walks away. Yeah! The tankard's held out for her, and she just kind of pushes it aside and kind of cracks her knuckles as she steps away. Vedmire's kind of there staring at his hand and.
Fitting. It's a real pity. I was looking forward to fighting you.
Oh, get used to disappointment, shithead.
At which point his chains are tightened and the guards lift him up again off of his seat and he kind of gets led off back into the
Yeah,
crowd.
walk away, you beardless bastard.
As everyone's gathered now, and you can now see more discussions are happening. People are starting to really place bets down now on the outcome of this circumstance. The barmaid comes up again and says,
You, Champion Grog, sit down. And you, Champion Trisha, sit down. As the final round of this show of majestic might happens now. Hands clasped, please.
So when we say what Matt wanted, right? Like, if Matt is allowing for there to be NPC versus NPC roles, he clearly doesn't want it that much. Because he is in full control. So like NPC, I almost never have NPCs roll dice unless it is like stealth or deception versus like passive scores on the player end. I almost never have them roll dice. I use averages. So I never have NPC on NPC rolls. I just choose the outcome that I want. But if you did want the outcome to be randomized, like if Matt did not want the outcome of that fight to be random, he wouldn't have had the NPCs roll. So, I mean, I think that there's like maybe a degree of like maybe, you know, it was kind of building up to that potential fight. But there's no reason that the NPCs had to roll against each other. So if they did, it means that Matt didn't care which one of them fought Grog, ultimately. That there was like two acceptable routes out of there. And that is very much a thing that you can do. He could have fudged rolls if he really wanted to. I mean, he didn't even need to roll. just honestly. I mean, you know, it's if he really wanted Grog to fight that person, I mean, he could have rolled a fucking D10 back there. Like that clattering of dice could have just been nothing. But like as a DM, there are some times. What would be the point of rolling then? To randomize it for yourself. So as a DM, sometimes there are multiple outcomes that I feel are acceptable. And a lot of times the way that I roll that is that I will ask for luck rolls on the part of the PCs. And the higher their luck roll, I will give them maybe the easier of the multiple options. I've never seen Matt do anything like that to determine that. If you're gonna fudge, to make them think you're not fudging. Like, I've always said, if you're gonna fudge, your players should never know. So if you want your players to think that it's random, yeah, you just throw a dice. Like, I've talked about how I'll sometimes just randomly throw dice behind the screen, absolutely connected to nothing, just to keep the tension up. I haven't done that in a while, but that's one of my old jokes. But yeah, I mean, if you want your players to think that it is random, but then you're just choosing the outcome, like, it could be that this was the intended outcome the whole time. That this is exactly how Matt wanted it to go, of foreshadowing this fight between Grog and Vedmire, and then, oh no, actually just one of the citizens from Whitestone beats Vedmire, shows how far he's fallen, and gives them a little bit of a chance to rub his nose in it. That could have been the intended outcome. I don't think it was in this case. I think Matt was legitimately just okay with either one of those happening. You know, at my table, I probably just would have picked one overall. Like, I would have just said, like, okay, this is either the way I want it to go or not. But I think that there's a very particular use case there for the NPC versus NPC role, especially if it's fudged. It would probably feel kind of, maybe not weird, but like, I actually think it is more narratively effective if that feels like a contest. Like, if I am narrating that scene as a DM, and I just have Trish the Dish beat Vedmire, and like, nothing else happens, I don't think that hits as hard as if the players think that the dice decided that Vedmire lost. I think that narratively hits harder than if it were non-dice based. So if that's the beat that I was trying to hit as a DM, I might pretend to roll some dice behind the screen to pretend like it's an NPC versus NPC contest when Trish is going to win the whole time. Or if you're, like I said, if you're okay with either, then you roll and you actually see what happens. So I think there's a couple of options there. Matt had general direction, but he was happy with it going either way. Sure. NPC versus PNC. Yeah, you can just decide who wins. You can, yeah. And that is the things you can either decide who wins, but if it feels better to the players, so like that's what I was talking about. Like, I use luck rolls for that sort of thing. Of if I have multiple options in my head, I will offer it up through a luck roll to the players, so that they feel like maybe they have a little bit of influence over it. But in this case, I think that's maybe what Matt was going for, was giving their a little bit of randomness in the moment. Unlike the Box of Doom, I don't think I saw the Box of Doom in the first few episodes of Fantasy High. I think it's a D20 thing, right? I'm not aware of what it is like in general. How do you feel about randomized rolls that lead to different outcomes versus randomized rolls that lead to the same outcomes but with tonally adjusted flavor based on the result? I think it depends on your tone that you're going for as a DM. So that's sort of like, sometimes as a DM, I will ask for a check, and I will say, like, you can use insight or perception. You can use either one. And whichever one they pick will lead to the same outcome, but with a tonally different result, or maybe like a slight skewing of the details. And I find that when same outcome, tonally different result, when the players get a choice in that tone, I find that really successful. So with the example that I gave, because they are choosing between perception versus insight, the tonal differences, I think, feel to them like I'm really rewarding their choice. Like, if it tonally feels like, like the fact that I chose perception mattered here, even if it's the same outcome, I think that feels really good. On the other hand, like randomized rolls leading to different outcomes, I think you're sort of going after like a degrees of success sort of thing. Like, I think that they both have their place, but I think if I like randomized rolls leading to different outcomes when it's on the player side. Like, I think that's kind of the basis of skill checks. On the DM side, it depends on how much control you want over the game and how much control you want your players to think that you have. So I think that there is an aspect of liking the idea of randomness. Like, the players don't want to feel like you have a careful, godly master hand that is puppeteering every single aspect of the world. Like, part of what we like about TTRPGs is the randomness, is the fact that we as players get to control and surprise the DM. And in a situation like this, where it's pretty crafted, it's pretty contained, there's not a lot of interference that the other players can have, I think that injecting that level of randomness in can make the players feel like it's not so crafted. Like they're not playing through a cutscene. Because I think that that's what you can risk, is feeling like you're in Uncharted and you're fucking pressing QuickTime events in a competition like this, right? It can give that kind of like very scripted, very on rails feel. And so I think randomized results like NPC versus NPC rolls, or at least making your characters think that you are doing NPC versus NPC rolls, can break that feeling of being in the QuickTime event. I'd say Matt frequently rolls for NPCs to decide what they will do. And that's not to say that I don't. I normally don't have it be contested. So there will be some times, and I do this as a player and a DM. I actually probably do it more as a player, where if I can't decide between two courses of action that my character would take, I'll roll a d20. And, you know, I'll as a player, I will mentally assign some skill or some ability to it. And that's also sometimes how I break down, like, okay, would my character, like, know this? Is this too metagamey? Whatever. And I will do the same thing with NPCs. So especially when players surprise me and do something that I wasn't anticipating, and I'm not really sure what the NPC would do in this case, a lot of times a roll behind the screen, just for my own sake, to randomize my own thought process a little bit and help me choose. Sometimes that can be very helpful as a DM. And otherwise, and sometimes I'll say, okay, below 11 is I'm going to take this path. Above 11, I'm going to take this path. Sometimes I'll roll one and I'll be like, ooh, that's actually not the one I want to take. So sometimes rolling is just a part of my decision-making process as a DM or a player. Yeah, I don't want to play my DM story. I don't want to play my DM story, which has happened and made for a terrible table. I want the game to create a story for all of us. Yeah, certainly. And that sort of feeling, a story, is, I think, what people are accessing when they talk about a game being railroady or on rails, is when it feels like you are just reading a book written by the DM. Like that, I think that is where it starts to feel not great. And so having that, and those sorts of moments, those sorts of cutscene-y moments, like honestly most of this session, that's going to happen, especially in more chill episodes. Like, you're going to have a cutscene type feel. And so I think that there are multiple options as a DM for how you break that cutscene-y feel. And this is one option towards kind of breaking that in half, to make it not feel like as much of a cutscene. In one of the games I played, when our party TPK'd, DM kept rolling for the NPCs we brought along. We were just sitting there waiting. Why? You're the PCs. The story's over. Like, he can decide what happened to the NPCs later. Yeah, that's weird. My neurodivergent brain hates like fudging. It's a primal fear discomfort. However, I am finding your explanations insightful, and I can wrap my weird brain around why, other than cheating. No, I get it, Little Hill. I mean, there is a level of sometimes. I think the best way I can sum up why you fudge is to make things fun. Or why, like, a reason to fudge. Because, and I think that the easiest explanation is, as a DM, I make mistakes, and I don't want to punish my players for a mistake that I made. So, like, especially if I'm trying to make weird and wacky combats that have, like, odd mechanics and, like, kind of stretch the bounds of, like, traditional balancing calculations, that is where, like, fuck, like, they're going into it. I don't really know how hard this combat is going to be. Like, I'm not really sure if they can handle it or not. And if we get into it and it is, like, very clear that I totally misread the situation, I did not foreshadow things correctly, like, I fucked up, I think that's where the fudging comes in a lot of the times for me. But I totally get the discomfort with it. I really, really do. I think it is a very fair level of discomfort because it has been classically employed by DMs to be really shitty. And it is a really, really easy way for a DM to be really shitty. So I definitely get it. A festival is the perfect kind of low-stakes environment for lots of divergent outcomes. Yeah. NPC versus averages, etc. Following such a high-stakes narrative rolling. Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, at a festival, just let things happen, let people interact. Like, I don't really care what happens in this. I care maybe who kills the Briarwoods, but I don't really care who arm wrestles Vademeyer, So yeah, it's totally the really good opportunity. I think John Elliott hit it on the head. Like, this is the time to enforce to your players, hey, the story is a little bit random, even I don't have control over it. This is exactly that sort of environment. He could have just said, nope, they're all dead too. Yeah, would have saved us time. Yeah, exactly. He totally could have. And even if he didn't want to do that, like, I'm trying to give him as much benefit of the doubt as I can and be like, well, if we're going to continue in this campaign world, then, to understand the history, people will need to know what happened, whatever, but he can do that fucking rolling off table. Like, party TPK'd. That's the end. None of the rest of them are there. Unless the only way I could see that making sense is if one of the NPCs had, like, resurrection or something. And there was, like, a possibility that they were going to, like, revive you. But, yeah. Well, maybe the NPCs might have been able to get the PCs a res. Daniel's on my wavelength, yeah. It was his first time. Can't be too critical. Oh, sure. What's up, Samuel? What's up? I haven't been able to make the stream in a bit with Night Shift Live, but I'm glad I can make it for some time. Fuck yeah. Welcome. I'm really, I want to make the, when I'm full-time. I really want to make the schedule more varied so that more people can come to more stuff, but welcome. Hello. I don't think Sam ever lied about getting a Nat 1, but I do think he may have a D20 covered in ones that may have stuck into his tray. Yeah, that's so true. 50 people watching my man's holding a public college lecture. Well, yes, sir, Sam. Sam, you haven't been around in a little bit, but yeah, 50. There are regularly 50 folks here now. It's fucking sick. I love it. But welcome. Glad to have you back. If I were your DM, I'd force you to wait until the NPCs finished the combat, looted your corpses, traveled to town, and sold your stuff. Yeah, wrote all the legends about how much you fucking suck. We're narrating all of that. And we're tracking rations for the NPCs traveling back into town. Oh, yeah. Or do you want to play as these NPCs to see if they can save your sorry asses? Yeah, that's possible. Totally. Maybe throw in some light romance. Yeah. Growing Head's got the right idea. I think so.
If I may, thank you for your service to the city. That last round was a true pleasure to watch.
Her face goes from hardened and softens for a minute, and she reaches out and clasps you, not hand in hand, but forearm to forearm, and gives you like a solid shake and goes, I've done so little. You've done far more, but we all must do our part to keep the city safe.
Aye.
But right now, I'm going to have to destroy you.
I kind of love Trish the Dish.
I know I like it too.
Her grasp on your forearm slides back into a kick in your hand. You both kind of tense muscles. We're talking Predator Schwarzenegger
Yeah.
style.
What's the matter, Dylan? Got you pushing too many pencils?
Just like that. Where are you going, Mike?
Only seen it 900 times.
Yeah. And as the crowd begins to shout different names, you can see people going, Trish, 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 Grog, Grog, Grog. The voices are starting to grow and grow as you're both just standing there focusing on each other. You can see now between her, her very, very tightly bund dark brunette hair, you can see these green eyes piercing through that are looking straight into yours, and there's a little bit of a sly smirk on the side of her face. You can see a little bit of a scar on the outside of her face. It's long time healed, and you can see she's definitely seen her share of battle just from the complexion and the intensity in her face.
Hell yes.
She's one of us.
For the final round, let the show of might begin! Strength check.
Oh no!
8.
At the moment of tension hits, you can sense there's definitely a balance. There's a balance. Both of you are keeping it at bay. She kind of cocks her head curiously and forces you down to the three-quarter back position. Go and make another strength check.
Come on, Grog! Oh my god.
6.
That sword's influence.
Yeah, it's laughing in the back all day.
She brings you right down to the edge of the table, and you can see in her face there's this genuine look of surprise. Like she probably could have finished you, but she feels like there's a trick or there's something to it that she can't be beating you this easy.
I'm so surprised by what's happening. I use intimidating presence on her.
Oh shit.
Okay, go and make an intimidation check. Fuck. Does this have to be during a rage?
12. I'll go into a rage for it.
Oh!
May have to be. Let's see.
Why weren't you raging the whole time?
Actually, no, this does not have to be.
I was hoping I wouldn't need it.
Yeah, you don't have to be in rage for it, but you can choose to if you want to.
It doesn't add anything to my
So
strength
is
rolls,
it
right?
12 to intimidation?
No, it gives you
with
advantage
that,
on your strength rolls.
What do you want to do to try and intimidate her? She's about to finish you off on this table.
I'm like, oh, and I bite down on my tongue, and blood just starts to pour out of the corner of my mouth.
She sees this, and immediately her eyes go wide for a second, and she pulls back, and for a brief moment, you feel her grip loosen ever so slightly. Go ahead and make a next strength check with the advantage.
That's unreal. 11. The other one was 1.
Well, I'm glad you had advantage on that. She rolled a 5. So you do manage to force her back up. You're still in a bad place, but you manage to pull out of that circle, and you can see now her intensity hits, and she realizes she's not going to go soft on you at all going forward. But as the blood kind of pulls down your chin, you can feel the irony taste swishing around in your mouth, and you can see there's a little bit of quiver to her. She still is kind of spooked by this whole circumstance.
I actually don't think Grog did rage, because they didn't identify that it gave him advantage on his strength checks. He just used intimidating presence. So I actually don't think Grog did rage.
She's trying her best to evade, so go ahead and make another strength
She's
check.
battle worn. 19.
Good. She has disadvantage on these because of the fight. I'm giving her that. So, but even still, she's still rolled a 17. Would you roll total?
19.
19. You guys keep it. She's still holding you there. You're not able to gain any ground, and she's really impressed by this display she's giving you. Roll again.
Do I have advantage? No.
No.
12.
12. Okay. She forces you back down.
Oh my
Back to
God.
the base of this.
I step forward and I sing a song of inspiration.
What do you sing?
What else?
I sing,
Maybe.
let's go raging now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a rampage with me.
Come on.
All right, take a decent inspiration down. As you hear the song break through the intensity, and you know that Scanlan's presence alone in itself and his fine ditties means that you can do this.
My goodies.
Those like those fun ditties.
Wow.
Show us your ditties.
Okay.
16.
Free bird.
16?
With the 10.
With the 10
With the 10?
inspiration.
Okay.
What's happening?
It's good you did that. You force her back up into the corner of you. She starts like really pushing into it, and you can see now the sweat dripping off the front of her brow. Her eyes are kind of quivering as the tension happens. Make another check. How long does that last?
7.
A 7. All right, hold on.
You should switch.
Grog, what are you doing?
I don't know. They're so low.
You see all these amazing
Wait.
It was all those 3 rolls during the 2 weeks. I'm
Oh
20.
my god, do you really have hand herpes?
Yeah.
Uh,
God, I do know where I've
what'd you roll?
7.
7. Yeah, she still beats you. Roll a 5. So at this point, you're pushing down, and she gives you this look
This is unreal.
of intense anger and push, and then her face softens, and she gives you a nod of respect. Releases the grip, and she pulls away. She raises her hands up. Crowd goes wild. The drink is slamming in front of her. The ale swishing and spilling over the side. She takes it in one hand and slides it forward and hands it in front
Oh,
of you.
she's a good lady.
You are a true warrior, and I hope you will continue to protect this city with that strength.
I intend to. She kind of gives you just a nod and walks around, accepts her coin purse, and steps back into the rest of the celebration.
I'll walk away, coughing, trying not to cry.
Trish the dish. Trish the dish.
I take my tankard and I splash it on my face. Oh, it's just ale. It's just ale.
It's okay, Grog. It's okay. Let's go get you drunk.
As this is happening, a courier comes up, dressed in colors that are reminiscent of the courier service that travels through Amman, through Whitestone. There's a certain type of overcoat they wear that gives you the inclination that they've traveled from nearby civilization. Steps up with a rolled up sequence of letters and a small box that is wrapped up.
Oh,
Says-
look, it's the
says,
young boy you ordered, Scanlan.
As always.
He's in his mid-20s. Rolled for you, apparently.
Stretching for you.
He's asking around, looking for a Percival and a Vox Machina? Percival and a
I'm
Vox
Percival.
You're Percival.
Yes.
I'm to deliver this to you. He hands you the small box and says, I have here two small letters and handles them over both to you. There's a small, thin one that is actually written to Percival.
Oh, you're rolling.
And there's one addressed to Vox Machina. You can just go ahead and take that there.
I was going to sit here and watch you roll.
Presentation's lost.
That's fine.
Just noticed Tyson's outfit, by the way.
Disadvantage.
We were supposed to wear pajamas.
And I wore my
forgot.
pajamas.
No.
Yeah.
My Muppet pajamas.
Yeah, the week got busy and we forgot
You don't want
pajamas.
me in my pajamas. Because they're...
That note's to you. The other one is to Vox Machina.
Is that a birthday suit?
Letters. You've got letters.
Oh, this is quite interesting. Vox Machina. A little bird tells me you have been playing the heroes again. Keep this up, and the whole world will end up indebted to you. Please accept this small gift in the spirit of Winter's Crest as a token of my enduring gratitude. Perhaps it will prove useful in a difficult moment. In the meantime, I look forward to a fuller account of your deeds reaching us in Vasselheim. A joyous crest to you all. It seems that you have earned it. Lilith.
Oh.
P.S. Zara sends her greetings.
Zara.
The tieflings.
Oh, I love
We
them
had
so
quite a night
much.
together. Just braiding each other's hair.
I tucked the private note away.
Dude, for a second, I thought it was like sarcastic. I thought this was gonna be like one of their old enemies, and it was gonna. My mind went to a bomb again. I was like, this is gonna be a fucking like sabotage, because I thought that the letter sounded sarcastic, but it was just Mary Elizabeth being amazing. Dear Vox M, I'm going to stay in Draconia. Father has grounded me. Tips. Oh my
right.
goodness.
She said it was a, it was a
Was there,
token.
yeah, there was another one, right?
And there's a box.
There's a box, yes.
Oh, is it big enough to hold a giant carpet?
You beat me to it.
Perhaps a small ice egg.
It's about that big in your hand.
Damn.
So we open
Open the
the box
gift.
from Lilith.
Inside, there are two...
Checking for traps.
Make a reflex.
I mean, that's what I thought was gonna
There
happen.
are two crystalline stones that both identically look like that.
Okay.
It's been a while since a visual
Fucking
Yeah,
never.
kind of nice when you have a really good artist, apparently.
fool.
But the two stones like this, if you may inquire these, they're called gate stones.
Date stone?
Gate.
Gate stones.
Gate.
Answer my question.
The two stones
Lily isn't Mary. Oh, Lilith. Oh, Mary was Zara. Lilith was Kat, the artist friend. So Lilith was the one that they met in Amman. Zara was in Vasselheim, and they were cousins or sisters or something. I remember these things. Kit, not Cat. Not Cat, it was Kit. My bad. It was the left Twix. It was Clarota. Oh my god, Clarota sent them a fucking bomb from beyond the grave. He hasn't put together that Zara's Kima. You're so right. You're so right. Lilith was for the dead old lady. Lol. Alright. Kit Bus. Gotcha. What a wormhole last stream I watched was with Kit. Really? Samuel, you brought the message here. Are you the 22-year-old boy, Samuel? Is that you?
are essentially linked. One is placed wherever you like, and the other is kept with you. A single individual, just an individual. An individual can take a minute to concentrate on one stone and be instantly transported to where the other stone is with the stone. So,
It's a one-way ticket.
essentially, yeah.
Take a ticket with you, and then you can zoom back to wherever you left off.
So it has limited use
And
for
are two
situation.
stones in this box?
Yeah, but they're the twos that are linked.
A person or linked?
No, there is a single set.
So this is like a
That's cool.
get out of
That's an
jail
emergency
free
share.
card.
Does it only carry one person? Did I miss this? Wait. Single individual, not a group. That's cool. That's a cool. I mean, yeah, I'm wondering if they're just going to use that as a free pike so that they don't have to do the astral projecting anymore, but that just sounds like a generally cool item. I like that a lot. That's very, very cool. The Kima clones do be expanding their control. Zara and Lilith are Kima? No! No, I'm thinking about that. I mean, they've just been a minute concentrating. The minute concentrating is tough. I wonder... That's just a good item. But I'm thinking, I think it's because everyone is giving Vax shit for roguing off. Okay, so I was actually that's exactly where my mind went, Little Hill. But the minute concentration, he could probably just run back in a minute. So I'm thinking you limit this to like a mile or even like 100 feet or something, 60 feet. And then make it an action rather than a minute of concentration and maybe like a once-a-day charge or something like that. And now it's a great Vax rogue item. There's a good rogue item in here somewhere. I think the minute concentration is good for it as it currently exists. But I think you could tweak it in some ways, and it's a very good rogue item in waiting, in hiding. Can we get G3 for the sheer amount of times you've said Kima? Yeah, fuck it, we can have Kima. Yeah. We still haven't had a looter haggle yet. Kima is quoted, unfortunately. We don't specify who has to say the word. Actually, oh my god, I burped. I actually have specified that if it's quoted, a person in it has to say Kima. You're right. Unfortunate. What are you gonna do? Rules are rules, and I don't write the rules down anywhere so that I can change the rules whenever is convenient. Dimension Doorbell. Dimension Doorbell's a fantastic name for it. I like that a lot. Kima Clandestine Coven. The counterpart to Gilmore's Glorious Goods. Is it the counterpart or is it the same fucking thing, Hans? That's what you gotta think about. It reminds me of the fast travel method from Dragon's Dogma. I didn't play that. But it always seemed cool. We bend the rules here. This is the line. No further. I will definitely go further when I feel like it, but not right now. You're not playing the Megaphone Man bingo? I am not. I have no idea how that one's going. Good luck, soldiers.
It's a one-way ticket.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, you take it with you and then you can zoom back to wherever you left it.
So it has limited use for
And are two
situational.
stones in this box?
Yeah, but they're the twos that are linked.
A person or linked?
No, there is a single set. So
This is like a get out
That's
of
an
jail
emergency
free
shit
card.
right
Or a Bamfin Pike card.
It's like Skyhook.
there's multiple situational uses for it depending, but apparently this has been painstakingly either enchanted, constructed, and sent by
This is
Lilith
lovely.
for
These
you.
are all from Lilith?
Yeah, the letters and those two stones.
She
From
didn't
Lilith
keep
and Zara?
She didn't keep the other ones.
And Zara. Well, both of them essentially.
Yeah, Lilith doesn't have the other stone.
For a little arcane booty call.
I don't know what you're talking about. Please.
Please?
No. This
I
is
don't think I've
lovely.
ever seen Percy giggle before.
Are you blushing?
No, it's cold. It's very cold.
It's a new demon, isn't it?
That
Yes.
Lilith.
The blushing demon.
She was great, wasn't she?
Lilith is a true friend. And
She's-
Zara as well.
Zara's great as well.
Yes.
You hear murmurs now, people mentioning the piting contest starting soon.
Oh.
Let's over there.
All right.
All right.
I'll give it a go.
So you guys are making your way over there. We're gonna go ahead and go to our break.
Oh,
So we'll take that
really?
middle point here. Yeah. So it's gonna be a long break, guys, because we got a little present for you. I know for a while we've been talking about this work we've been doing on a pre-stream story of Vox Machina's adventures that you guys had a chance to really experience. So through all of us doing our individual narration, as well as the wonderful Wendy Sullivan doing incredible work on
Insane amounts
50
of
pieces of
Wendy.
custom art for this, and using music from actually from some of our critters that sent us some great musical tracks. We have able to present to you over the next 20 minutes the story of Vox Machina at the beginning. So enjoy, guys. We'll see you here in a moment.
Cool.
The grandest.
Okay. Because the second half is only 38 minutes, we will save Story of Vox Machina, I think. Do note that parts of the video will spoil the first two episodes of the animated adaptation of C1 called The Legend of Vox Machina, but watching this video is actually really important for the next campaign arc. Okay, sounds good. I guess it's a spoiler, but I don't consider this a spoiler since it came out first. I feel like that's like the intended watching order at that point. Okay, yeah, so we'll save that for next one. Holy shit. Done in 3.5 hours? Fucking insanity, dude. Wait.
Of adventures often stem from humble.
Oh my god. Have someone channel it for just under a minute, and Grog yeets the stone. Welcome to the D&D space program. Samuel, that's a great idea. That's a delightful idea. If you skip this, no, I do not plan on skipping it. That will be its own thing, especially because on Wednesday we would have a pretty short stream anyways, so we'll do it on Wednesday. I gave you that video in its own link. Oh, that's right. You did give it to me in my in the own link. Fucking perfect then. We're chilling. Bed early, who this? I get to help more with the dogs late at night, who this? Doggies. Hello. Oh, do you want to come up and say hi? I don't think that the stream has seen you. Seen you since you became such a big girl. Come here. No. She is now 55 pounds. 50 pounds. Hello. No. She's the cutest girl. Oh my goodness. Another short again? You're so right. That's so true, dude. Breakneck speeds. Honestly, because it was such a chill episode. Like, there wasn't a lot to even talk about. It was just chill dudes and chill moods. Honestly. Amazing time, Mega. Only doubled it this time. Smash Bros. Announcer voice. A new record. Actually need to go mod for another stream for an hour? Oh, well, have fun, Mustang. Have a good time. Doggo's Birdie. Oh my gosh, Samuel, you haven't been here for Birdie. Bug is right there. But it is a new member of the family. It's Bird. Baby, she is lovely. I know she is. She's the bestest. Hoo-ha! Oh my gosh, Sam has missed it. He has indeed. Bug is all the way back here. She just watching. She just chilling. Yeah, I know we got a new dog. Her name is Bird in December. And she is a golden retriever, Saint Bernard mix, a golden saint. And she will be like 100 pounds. So she's like 6 months old and already 50. Pupper tax. Bug. Now she's just sniffing around. But anyhow, and I will say, if you're a member, I plan on doing maybe a members only stream, maybe a little itty bitty one tomorrow. Maybe like a little Baldur's Gate 3, but actually only a little this time, not the 3-hour one that I put out after saying that I would only do a little. An actual little members only thing tomorrow. And then if you're a member, you got to see exclusive bird pics. So I'm just saying. Game I'm in, the players have decided we have a late tax. If you're late, you must pay in pet pics. That's fair. I get that. I need an additional heart grafted because I can't carry all this love. I know. They're the best. 3 hours of Baldur's Gate 3 is short. Dude, that's just how it happened. It's like and especially Paige wants me to keep playing because she wants to talk to me about things, but Tuesdays are our night to hang out, and so
skip over literally everything that I've done.
I know.
Straight to things I haven't done.
But we finished the one thing I wanted to do, so now I'm gonna go back to the things you've done so we can talk about them. Because I did. I went. You call bull?
You're gonna keep doing things I haven't done.
I'm not gonna do anything she hasn't done yet. The bird pic was the highlight of my day that day. I'm glad. She looked like a platypus in that one. She had her lips like. I feel like this is a pretty good duck face. I've got the bill look down. I'm here for it. You can play together. We good. We have a run together. It's just I didn't want there to be like on stream confusion. Like I want to keep playing through that one run, but When I'm full time. When I'm full, Paige, do you want to? I think when I go full time, we should start a new run with our experiences in the game. We should start it from scratch on stream. She says, "Okay."
Are you gonna finish your other run first?
Yeah. So finish the other run first, and then we can start our. I don't think we should start our. We should start our own separately when I have time to do like multiple streams of it a week. Or not even a week, but like even like once a week. Anyways, I don't know. I'm just talking to my manager over here. Sorry, guys. Sorry you had to hear that. Yeah, I just had to talk to my manager real quick. Have my people talk to their people, that sort of thing. So, screen crap your duck face for future thumbnails. Good point. You'll see it in the Thursday thumbnail. Anyhow, it's been a lovely stream. Thank you so much for joining. Maybe members only stream tomorrow. Not promising it. And definitely half episode on Wednesday. And then Ryan Immel dungeon crafting stream on Thursday. And that's all. Goodbye. The talent is sounding an awful like the manager. Glad I caught the end. Have a good one, Chief. See you later.